Okay, welcome everybody. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties. I'm still clearly dealing with them. I lost a hard drive the other day, so that's fun. But today we have a fantastic friend of mine. I've got to know him through many occasions, one being the Taco Bell drive-thru for 2.5 hours. What an incredible guy to spend time with in the wee hours of the morning. But I met him at Rampant Camp. Sean has been very influential in my life just in the past few years since I've met him, but he's been around dedicating blood, sweat, tears, money to the blading community for as long as the blading community has existed. Man has an extensive history and as well as a brain full of everything blading. So why don't we welcome the man, Sean Michaelson. Welcome, Sean. Thank you for coming on.
Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
It happens. You know, happens to the best of us, clearly. Meta, how you doing, brother?
I'm very good. I'm following with the movement, you know. Just had to do it, so.
I like your shirt. Where'd you get that?
I got this at Rampant Camp from this dude that's very cool. I like to have a conversation. Oh, there he is.
Here he is. Oh, the guy right here. Yeah, the man who he gave me this hoodie. Just absolutely amazing. Just to be the incredible guy that he is. Feet and Four Wheels has done so many things, man. And we got a lot to talk about.
Shit, let's go.
Cool. Well, yeah, we've got the fakey RB shirt back here. I was supposed to give that to Joe Atkinson at Winter Clash, but I never got a chance to actually talk to him. Man is a mythical unicorn, so you know that was hard. But ended up being able to give a shirt that you gave to me to pass on to Eugen. So you gave me the opportunity to talk to Eugen Eden, which was amazing.
Icebreaker, baby, icebreaker.
Icebreaker, yes. Thank you for that icebreaker. That was an incredible moment in my life. So things like that. Sean, you have done so many things. Why don't we start at the beginning? How did you get into skating?
Like skating in general or just aggressive?
Yeah, dude. Well, tell me all of it.
Yeah,
like, what's your furthest memory with rolling with four wheels on your feet?
Okay. My older brother, he's like a year and 26 days older than me because we're both born in April. Yeah. But he asked for a pair of rollerblades. I was 7, so he had to have been. Oh no, sorry, I was 9. So he's probably 10, and he was so bad at them. He used them a couple times, and then like after a month of them just kind of sitting there, and some kid down the street, like, was trying to skate too. So I went and stole my older brother's skates, and I was so bad at it. You know, I was so you know. Like, and they had this crazy slope driveway, so me and this kid were just eating shit left and right, you know, and
yeah.
So that was my first memory, but like, and I didn't really do any more skating until, like 3 years later, I'd say, like,
wow.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years later when I was in middle school, kind of like when rollerblading was kind of blowing up, and like at least in America, like every single little town, like, everybody was skating, you know, because it was, if you had cable, you were seeing it on X Games and stuff like that. Yeah. And I could barely skate, you know, but like, so like everyone was like skating around in my grade. So like I went and stole my brother's skates again. You know what I mean? Blew the dust off them. And funny enough, when I was working today, I was like listening to the interview with Clark to try and just like get an idea how your interviews went again.
Yeah.
Even though I've listened to all of them, but I just wanted to brush up. Me and Clark had the same skates. Like they were the roller derby Phantoms, you know.
Yep. Honestly, that was one of
yeah.
my biggest takeaways. Was like, I absolutely love that Clark and Sean had the same first skates, the Phantoms.
Yeah, like the irony, you know. But
The irony.
Say the truth.
but I love Clark. To be honest,
he's
like
the
him and I
best.
see eye to eye
Yeah.
on so many things. He's such a good dude. Until you get to a certain like
Technical
thought
skill.
pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you start talking about the deepest of technical skill. Yeah.
Yeah. Love you,
Hey,
Clark.
the nerds got to battle it out for the rest of us to understand it, you know,
Let's
and
go.
I appreciate
For
it.
sure.
I'm here for
But,
it all.
Yeah, keep going,
Bring
dude.
the
Keep going.
popcorn.
Yeah.
Like took the middle wheels out of they were like black with a teal stripe wheels. Took those out and I was grinding Caveman. Well, I put the axles back in, but like was grinding like freestyle on these purple frames, and we found like a street sign, like with the sign still on it, you know. So it's like that. I don't know what to call it, like not square, but kind of like, you know, kind of like bent
Yeah,
like
the
this.
kind of diamond thing.
Yeah, like almost a diamond. Yeah, like we
Yeah.
put that down some like stairs, and we were like, you know, there's like this huge razor sharp sign on the side of it, and like, but we were all just grinding down of it, like oblivious to the fact that we might die, you know. And
Oh,
But,
man. Yeah, some of the
man,
clips
like-
you've showed me, dude, you guys definitely went after it. And like, you didn't even film a quarter of the things
Yeah,
that sound
no,
as
dude,
dangerous
there's
as
so
you
many-
talked about.
I at least
Spook
sleep
and I-
thinking. Go ahead, dude. I'm sorry.
Spook and I were talking just earlier, and a question came to my mind. It's like, which one is first? Is it aggressive skaters are a little crazy and that's why they aggressive
Oh,
skate,
shit, yeah.
or they aggressive skate then that's why they're a little crazy? Because honestly,
think
all
people-
of us like.
Great question,
I think
man.
people-
love that.
Like, I think everyone's a little bit crazy in general. You know, just everyone. Some people just hide it better. You know, but I think people that are slightly crazier are just drawn to rollerblading. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
and skateboard, just extreme sports. You know, in general, like, you know, those kind of oddball sports. You know, they're just drawn to them.
There's a good
Yeah.
argument that
And maybe they make you crazy.
yeah,
They
that
might make you a little crazier because
putting
I've been arguing
your
with someone for 20 years over a trick name. So
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I guess
Let's
that-
not go there right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it was like, it's one thing to put your body at risk, but I guess you also have those arguments for years and years. That's great. I love it. Yeah, skating.
That's just culture, you know.
I think skating just brings out the crazy we all need to express.
When
I
you
concur.
when you started back then, when you see yourself doing these crazy little things, did you ever thought like, oh, I'm gonna continue to do this until I'm doing what I'm doing right now with skating?
oh yeah, like I didn't have like a bunch of ideas of like what the future would hold, but I just knew like this is my thing. Because like when you're younger, or at least for me, I was just like trying out different things, like trying to figure out what my thing was, you know. Like before, and part of the reason I left out a key detail, but like a lot of kids in my town, they all BMX'd too, you know. And so I had like this green Dyno VFR, you know, little BMX bike. And I was so bad at BMXing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, all I could really do was a bunny hop, and it was short, you know what I mean? Like, and I remember I was leaving like the public Cook Memorial Library in, you know, Libertyville, Illinois, and I saw these two older kids that like I'd seen, you know, I don't know their names, but I just thought they were cool, you know, and I was like, oh, the older, cooler kids, and I thought they were talking shit about me. They probably weren't. They probably were like, hey, look at that bird.
Right? Yeah.
Pass that kid over there. You know what I mean? But I'm over here like, I'm unlocking my bike from the bike rack. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to bust a wheelie on my way out of here and then just pedal out of here. And I could barely wheelie, you know, but like I went for it and it was a decent wheelie, but I landed like with my handlebar like crossed.
Dude.
So like when I like landed, like the tire was turned,
Yeah.
like a full on brake, and then my arms were like twisted, and they went, you know. So I fell and landed like face first,
Ooh.
knocked out my two front teeth. I ran, and the kids that I was trying to impress, they like came over and helped me. You know, like my face was just bleeding, and I was just like screaming like fuck, like going in. They held me into the public library, and
Oh.
my mom, they called my mom, and I was like crying so much because like I knew my mom didn't have insurance at the time.
Oh
So
no.
I was just like, and I was like crying to these librarians. I'm like, my mom doesn't have insurance. I'm gonna ruin her life, you know, and like.
That's awful.
And then she showed up, and I was just like, "Look, Mom, I'm roadkill." Like she always quotes the stupid thing I said, but
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
which I think is like, I know it's Jim Carrey, but what is that? The Mask? I think it's The Mask.
Look, Mom, roadkill.
When
Yeah.
you
So,
say
like,
roadkill, and then this shirt of Good Session, which makes me think about Goodyear, the tire, and your roadkill is so funny. Dude.
Yeah, and like a week later, yeah, I quit biking immediately. I was like, I suck. I'm not doing biking anymore. And like,
I'm done with it.
so I was like, what's next? What's my next thing? And yeah, and then dude, part of the reason I knew I was gonna keep blading for a long time was because like that first day, like even in those crappy Phantoms, skating like a sign down some stairs,
Yeah.
like I was landing, like, you know, like I got on the front side and I was getting the whole rail, like all the time, and I was like, this is so fun.
Yeah.
This is so cool, you know.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What calls you the most to talk about skating? When you talk about skating, is that the thing that you go to, like these fun moments, or like, is it the technical terms and the what we talk about, like the name of the tricks? What is it? What motivates you to talk about skating when you skate?
Like right now, like to this day, right? Or
With anybody, yeah.
someone who skates or someone who doesn't skate though, because I don't really talk to. I know rollerblading so niche that I don't really like. I don't ramble on to like most people unless they ask me about it that don't skate.
Mm.
But I don't know, man. I like talking about like skate technology, like skate parts and what skates could be, and like skate stuff from the past.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's why I have such a brain or such a memory for like parts and skates, and you know, and I just the history of like companies and parts and stuff, and because I just remember all that stuff. I don't know.
No, yeah. Honestly, I think that's here a good segue into talking about some of like the product lines that you've come out with. Just the fact that you've had a really keen eye for parodies of what are very popular parts of rollerblading culture, and you've been doing that for a while. Like the Millhouse sweatshirt's amazing. I love just the fake ERB we've got back there, but
yeah, that one went over. The fakey one went over a few heads. I don't think a lot of people like me and Yandy had like a long discussion about it. Even after I explained it, he still didn't get it. He's like, I don't know, dude. I'm like, all right. So I mean, and not just him. Multiple people are like, huh? So like, they
I
didn't
got
get
it right away.
I don't know.
So,
I wish I didn't have to put the little line above the E, which I didn't know until now, but it's called a macron. But like, I wish I didn't have to put that on there. But if I didn't, like, people just think it said fake. You know what I mean? And like, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I think it still is a good idea.
Yeah, me too. And then the Good Sesh, I think, has been, at least from what I've seen, like Good Sesh is super popular. It's just such
For sure.
It's such a great parody of Goodyear. You absolutely nailed that one. But with the rollerblade right in the center, it really makes it feel incredibly unique. I think it takes a lot of people a second to be like, oh wait, yeah, Goodyear. So you did a really good job there, man. I like that stuff.
Thanks, man.
And the
Yeah, and
material
instead of the wing, it's a hand and an arm, like holding the skate by the skate strap. A lot of people kind of miss that too, but
yeah,
it's beautiful, dude.
Beautiful.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Good
I really
stuff.
like
Yeah,
it. I saw it. I was like, what? Take my money.
Yeah, like ironically enough, like it wasn't anything close to official, but like I've always been like a creative dude and just messing with ideas and just stupid fake companies, I guess I'd say. But like the very first product I made for blading, like when I saw like older, like OG bladers like waxing everything up, I melted a bunch of candles. And like I used to hear them say back in the day, they'd be like, oh yeah, when they were leaving, they'd be like, good sesh or good session, you know. And
Yeah.
I've been hearing people say that since back then. I started skating in 96, 97, you know. So I probably heard people say in 97 like good sesh when they were leaving. And like I started a little wax company, or I made wax called Good Sesh Wax, you know. And like that's part of the reason I came back to it. You know, I didn't want to call the company Good Sesh, but
Yeah.
so it's weird that I came back to it though.
That's another good segue. Feet and Four Wheels. Why the name? Was it something you mulled over? Did it come to you? Was it suggested to you? How did that come to fruition?
So originally, what year was it? Like my senior year of high school, senior year of high school. It was like, probably like I don't remember what point of the school year it was. So it was either like, you know, 2002 or 2003. But like I started all these drawings, and like I was in art class, and I just was working on stuff I wasn't supposed to be, you know, doodling other stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And because originally when I'll back up a little bit, but when I was like 16, I started my first, like, it wasn't a real company by any means, but I started like my first real company.
Yeah.
And that was called Crack Deal Clothing.
Crack.
And yeah, like Dre Powell wrote for it for a little bit.
Wow.
Chris Farmer was on it. Yeah,
like I think you told me that. I love that.
I don't know why they wrote for it. I don't know how that happened, but
love it.
Yeah, and
I want it all.
Yeah, and like, dude, so many people, like Colin Martin's always telling me, he's like, make some Crack Deal shirts, like he wants me to bring it back so bad, and like I just don't want to. I cringe at the name of it, but So my senior of high school, that was a couple years later, I came up with the idea of Fast Forward. So originally it was Fast Forward, and that's what the F4W stood for.
Okay.
And like the original logo was like kind of just like two triangles, like Fast Forward on like I'm gonna age myself, but on like a VCR, you know, like or on the remote, you know, like the two triangles. So like I don't know where the hell I got that name from. Like I think it's so corny, and I don't know why. I don't remember being excited on the name. I just remember being excited on the abbreviation F4W.
Yeah.
And then towards that was around for 2 or 3 years. I made one. The goal originally was to sell some soft goods to fundraise a batch of wheels. I wanted to pour wheels, you know, get wheels poured and be a wheel company.
Yeah.
But I was 18 years old, you know, so I didn't have any money, and I wanted to sell some shirts to get the name going and get some money. And the wheels didn't happen for like a couple of years because I ended up getting thrown out of my my mom's house. She came home on like my 19th birthday, and I was smoking weed, and you know she kicked me out. Like she's like you are out of here. You know, she came home like through Burger King. She like came home to surprise me on my birthday. I'm there with my best friend smoking and I know we were listening to Eminem, but we're blasting some loud music. Didn't hear my mom come home, and like my room was just completely chalked up with smoke. And she walks in and she's like, "What the are you doing?" You know, and threw these a bag of 2 Whoppers at me. And anyways, so that's part of the reason I didn't come out. You know, I had to scramble to like find a place to live.
Yep.
You know, and but yeah, came out with wheels, gave a wheel to Rory Mellahan.
Yep.
And then, dude, at the time there were so many wheel companies. Like, cause I had a booth at Bitter Cold, like
there are still
2 different years, either 2 or 3 different years. But at the time, like I think 2 different years. Like one of the years I didn't have the wheels yet. It was just the soft goods. Mm-hmm. And then the next year I had the wheels. And that year I looked around, there were so many wheel companies, and the wheels weren't that great. Like some of them were okay, but some of them were duds. And it just broke my heart, you know what I mean? Because like when you don't have control of the quality of the product that you're selling, it just broke my heart. I was like, I don't want to do this. Like, and not only that, but all I did was like contact the manufacturer, and they were made by Bravo, who's the same company that made like Senate, Medium, like Hyper, Kryptonics.
Wow.
And like Senate wasn't really known for like really good wheels. There was like 1 year their wheels were awesome, and then like every other year was like not so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like towards the very end before I stopped because the market was so saturated with wheel companies. I decided to call it quits.
Mm.
Because like I had that bitter cold and like barely anyone bought any stuff because there was a lot of really cool companies at the time,
Mm-hmm.
But towards the end I had come up with this logo, and so like for a long time, maybe it was maybe like 10 years after that, or maybe 12 years, I started thinking about bringing F4W back.
Yeah.
But I didn't want it to be a wheel company. I wanted it to come back as like clothing.
Yeah.
Because like this is when like clothing companies were like dropping out. Like there were no more clothing companies. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to do wheels. What am I going to bring it back at? Just the main reason I wanted to bring it back was because I liked this logo.
Right.
But I hated the name Fast Forward. So sorry, that was the longest answer to like the simplest question. But like
I love long answers. That's what Rolligion's about, man. The long answers.
We're here for it, for sure.
Keep going.
I mean, I wanted to ask you, like, just pivoting from that, like, now we're going all over whatever we thought. But what other things have you been involved in the blading community that people might not know about?
And not to throw you on the spot, but you sponsored a lot of events, and I like enough that I could understand that you would not be able to list many off the top of your head. But I see the F4W
right
pop up.
He's talking
a lot.
right now about other companies that he had too. Like, is
yeah, exactly.
Too?
I sent some stuff to I've been designing products, like not on any level like Justin Thursday or like Kyle Sola, but like as a younger kid that was really nerdy and into it, I used to like draw sketches and stuff. I sent some like product idea, like I think I did it in like Microsoft Paint. You know what I mean? So it was nothing like glamorous looking, but like, just proof of concept kind of or concept drawings.
Yep.
I remember I sent like some frame concept to Lawrence. Like I used to talk to Lawrence all the time back in the day. So I was just like a little T-dog. Yeah, and like
you've got a story about him putting you photoshopping you onto the cover of a video, right?
Oh damn it! I wish I would have. I'll have to send you the picture. But yeah, he superimposed me into the background of one of those IMYTA DVDs that Dave Payne used to do. So I'm in the background while Al Huey's getting sprayed with champagne for like the IMYTA finals.
Yeah.
And like there's my face, and then there's like a fake like champagne bubble like covering like part of my face. But I was not there. I was not there. And I've showed it to people, and some people are like, that's not you. And like I don't have the original picture anymore. Like I used to have it saved.
You're right.
And I don't have the DVD anymore. I just have the case. But if you watch the video, they show that actual photo that was used on the DVD cover, or DVD, the back of the cover.
That's great.
And you can see I'm not in it, but but I sent him some frames, and he like shot it down. He's like, yeah. He's like, that's stupid. I remember I sent that frame I sent that frame concept to like I used to like annoy John Elliott too, and he had ground control. Yeah, and I'm not making a wild claim here. I'm not saying they stole my idea, but I sent it to John Elliott, never got a response. And they did come out with a frame that was pretty damn similar to like, I don't remember what they're called. They were like I want to say Formula One. It was the one where it was like, what was the one where it was like a frame and like, that's it. It was a frame. No, I'm just kidding. Like the whole middle part came out. It was like this humongous H block, and like you take it out, and it was freestyle, and then you put another one in. It was like
the Kaiser
flat.
X now, I think is what they call it.
Like the Kaiser one that they came up with now, but the ground control one.
Kaiser has one like that. I thought the Kaiser X frame was like the Mook frame.
It is. Oh, okay. So you're not thinking of the Mook frame, this was a flat frame.
But it looked like but imagine like just that freestyle part being like a different part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Almost like a core frame, but the core is like the other half of the plastic. But like I designed something similar to that, and like I sent drawings to like K2 when they were working on like their first UFS skit, like the Nemesis and the Transfer.
Oh.
And it was so bad that I hope they didn't use my idea. But like, I had a cuff kind of concept, like sketch, that was similar to the cuff that they used that nobody liked. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
I don't. It wasn't exactly like the drawing that I sent them, but it was, you know, Meta, if you remember, like those skates didn't come with like a normal cuff. You know what I mean?
No, I hated them because of that.
It was just weird. Yeah, it was weird, and like,
Yeah. They messed
I was
my
just-
ankle so much.
Yeah.
Like, they really messed it up. I don't.
What
It
was
wasn't
this?
me,
What was
dude.
it called
It was-
again? You know?
look up K2 Nemesis.
Oh
The
yeah, the
Nemesis. I mean-
Nemesis. That's the one that's.
But I sent them a
this-
bunch of other like drawings that are kind of like that were kind of like influenced by like DC shoes at the time. Like remember old DC shoes would have like weird rubber, like they'd have like weird grooves of rubber, like it'd almost be like tiger stripes,
Yeah.
rubber
There you
strips.
go.
And I had an idea like that, like you know how like see the cuff, like I had like a weird like
yeah.
a T design cuff. I remember Al DeLega messaged me when those came out, and he's like, was this you? And I was like, I sent him some stuff, and
Is this you?
so
That's great.
I had no idea though, but
That's funny.
And
It's
they
so-
might have just taken it from snow. I mean, it's pretty similar to snowboarding too, though. I don't know.
when I
100%,
when I
very
looked
similar.
at, when I googled the K2 Nemesis, the first thing that popped up was K2 Nemesis snowboarding. So
Yeah.
boom.
it
Because
must
I
be
think they
some-
ended up coming out with a snowboard with the same name.
Okay.
They did. They
So-
did.
Well, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's so interesting.
Oh, I
we
think
were
it's skis actually.
talking about your connection to Clark, just and how you had the first same skates, but this is the basis for the Faction Soul play too. So I think that's so fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. for sure.
More connection.
And when I saw it, when I saw the soul for the first time, like
it's all connected.
I knew right away because I knew Clark he killed it in those.
Mm.
He was so good. Well, he was good in every skate,
Yeah, he's
you know?
good. He was just
Yeah,
always
and,
good. He's still good.
a lot of people don't understand how damn good he was, and it really sucks because back then, really tall skaters didn't really get a lot of respect. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
unless you were like Shima height, you know?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
you
unless
were
you-
like just like everywhere you went, you just killed it. You know, you just
Yeah.
have to be like, hey, this guy's here. It's gonna go kill it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, Clark
Yeah.
did, but
Yeah, I love
Yeah, I-
hearing that when people were like, "Oh, Clark's coming." Well, this has been fun.
I think I have a clip on my IG of me and those Nemesis. Those
Okay.
honestly, I had those and like, yeah, they were hideous looking. Like as far as like how clunky they were
Yeah.
on my personal IG.
Yeah, I
Um,
was just seeing if it's on here. I'll find it.
If you click like there's the little circles at the top, the little highlights or whatever. There's one that says blading. Like I want to say it was my very first clip in a video. I did yeah, right there.
hey,
That was in Nemesis. Like that was I like screenshotted that or screen captured that from one of the rejects. I think that's Rejects 5. Like Charles
Wow.
Dunkel filmed that. Charles Dunkel was filming that, and they came into Chicago for the Windy City Riot.
That's awesome.
And dude, that was one of the. I only had that one super fast clip in Rejects, but like that was one of like the best. I skated really, really good that day. Like I don't know, man. I skated
Clearly.
like I'm not saying like I'm amazing and I'm better than. There were so many better people there, but for myself, like I was just like tricks I was trying, I was just landing them. Like
Dude, that's
I remember,
awesome.
what
like
would you say in all this time you think is one of the biggest achievements for you in blading, or as a blader?
Let me add one right now. Austin Paz says, "Oh shit, I remember that from Rejects." That's cool.
Really?
Yeah, he just said that in the chat.
it was probably like the fastest clip in that whole section. And there's so many good clips, like
Oh hey.
like Franco Camayo had a bunch of clips in there, and Lauren
Hey, man.
Ball from Indiana.
Dude,
Super sick trick.
that's still a massive accomplishment,
Dude.
man.
Think about it. Some people put so many hours into making that one video that you were in,
Mhm.
and what they got was the name going like, and you got a clip.
I mean, it meant the world to me. You know what I mean? That's one of the things. That's definitely one of the one of my, it's not much, you know what I mean? It's definitely not much, but on a personal level to me, the handful of videos that I did end up in, and they're all just single clips, but like that meant a lot to me, you know what I mean? Because like when I was way younger, I was like, I wouldn't say I had I definitely didn't have a big ego or anything like that, but I was delusional. A lot of people had the dream of being a pro skater, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
well, when that starts to happen,
I thought it was going to happen.
Yeah, that's serious though.
I just wanted it to happen.
Yeah,
I loved it. You know? But weird tricks weren't really respected at all yet. Like way back then, you know,
right,
like
yeah.
And because I was never really like super good at really technical tricks. Like, you know, I don't do a lot of alley oops. I can do true spins. I can do alley oops, but like, I don't know, man, they're terrifying. I don't like sliding backwards down rails and stuff like that, you know. And
yeah.
like I'll try it, and if I'm in a game of skate and I have to, like, I'll do it. But but I always gravitated more towards like finding what the trick was. You know, going to a spot, doesn't matter where you were, and just finding like the thing that you wouldn't think about skating. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like grinding things that weren't meant to be grinded at a skate park. Like if you saw that story I did a couple days ago, like grinding the very edge, you know, like almost like a set slide, you know, grind that, and then I don't know, just finding weird stuff at skate parks, or not even skate parks, just anywhere, you know.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
I think I what you call like weird little things is just different ways of using the same art form, you know.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And I think I just think it's like kind of like diminishing when you actually think about it and call it that, because these things like these little things that seems to be weird or odd, they're only weird or odd because you have to dedicate a certain amount of time and effort to be able to achieve those odd things.
For
and you rather spend time and effort on what most people are spending time and effort, because then it's easier to get it, to learn it. It's easier, you're more exposed to it, you know. But I love that about skating, because I feel like I get to see your brain a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
I get to see how you think about things, dude. Like picking Brian Wise's brain about the way, and then seeing his doodles. Priceless, dude. Come on.
I agree. Like that's one of the things I love. I probably should have had this as the answer for that question you had a couple questions ago, but I just thought of it. But like that's one of the things I love the most about skating in general, is that it's a sport, but it's also an art, and it's just like it just overlaps. You know what I mean? Because like, yeah, if you're really proficient, if you're really good at skateboarding, yeah, you can turn it into an art. Like you can do a trick so beautiful it's considered art. But I mean, skates, people say, oh, it's easy because it's attached to your feet. Like, okay, you know what I mean? But like I've never understood that as an insult, but like if anything, skates being attached to your feet, it becomes an extension, you know, which is almost like you holding a paintbrush, you know what I mean? Like it's literally, it's a sport where your ideas and whatever, you know, whatever idea you come up with that anywhere, like literally the world is your obstacle, you know what I mean? And like you can turn anything into something that didn't exist before. I think that's so cool. Like, I don't know.
Totally. And I mean, your level of investment is a little bit higher or like deeper, because you got to be a little bit more committed every time you're going to try a new trick in blades. You know? I cannot throw it. I cannot throw my skates to the side and land on my feet. You know, I have to figure it out.
For sure.
I'm not only having to figure it out my body movement, my weight distribution, my balance, my center of gravity among everything. I also have to figure out if I'm about to fall, how I'm gonna fall, how I'm gonna deal with it, you know.
Should I tell everyone why I was so late?
Yeah. Talking about it, right?
Yeah, I literally pictured it while you were like you got to be committed, and I was like, for sure. So I was wearing my Crocs, running around the house, like, you know, I had some clothes in the dryer. I was trying to like run downstairs, and so I was super late to put on like this wrinkly shirt. It was still wrinkly, but my Crocs were all wet from when I showered earlier, and I was running down the stairs, like probably like 12 stairs or whatever, into my basement, and like the second step I slipped, and I don't know if this is the one I slipped on, but one of my Crocs like kicked off and like yeeted across my basement, but I slid like like and I was just laying on like the last step. I was like, fuck, dude, like and like that type of stuff happens to me all the time though, to be honest. So
this is just my
it's okay.
life.
Yeah. Whenever I like, that's why I usually just try and stay calm. But whenever I freak out and start like, I don't know why I freaked out, because I'm never on time to anything. So like, I should have just like, probably would have been way earlier if I didn't like fall down the stairs. So, but.
Yeah. Sometimes that just happens.
The first time you told me
life.
the story, it was like a Final Fantasy or Final Destination kind of movie in my head.
I didn't die, so I got that going for me.
I didn't die. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's so funny. What's your setup right now, bro? Show us. I mean, if you have it close by, show us what you're skating these days.
I got it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is what you'll show us, but you showed me when we were at ramping camp last year in the spring. You had your rollerblades with the faction soul plate, and that looked really fun. I know you've been skating the faction.
Oh yeah.
But man.
I remember I bought a second pair of the faction souls. I don't know. Oh, because I had a pair of faction souls on my solos.
Yeah.
Like the rollerblades before they turned into blanks.
Yeah.
And I didn't have those with me. I didn't bring them with. And like I was skating, and I had just brought a buddy of mine hooked me up with a pair of Sean Keen blanks.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Turtle, my buddy Turtle Cohen. And
shout out to Sean Keen too.
Yeah, shout out Sean Keen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out T-Neck. And I wasn't crazy about the soles. Like they're big. The blank soles are big. And Clark was at the rampant camp and had a booth. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy another pair of faction soles. And I spent all this time taking off like the million bolts, and then I put it on. I forgot you have to grind off the nubs on the bottom of the blank boot. So like I spent all this time doing it, and then I was like, dude, this isn't gonna work. So I had to like put the blanks back on. But yeah, that was a pointless story. But this is
whoa.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I got like a million different boots and parts and everything.
Yeah, you've got so
I really
many
like
skates.
these. Like,
oh, they're so fun.
No, really. How many skates do you have, dude? Come on.
He doesn't know. He can't count them.
He said he win.
They're all different sizes. Like, so I got a ton that are my size, but for whatever reason, I have just like, I don't know, man. When I see a good deal, I'm like, I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know. But I probably have like, I don't know, like 80, 90 pairs of skates. I don't know. Way too many that I need. So I'm going to do something with them. And so I'm going to donate some stuff pretty soon, like. Yeah,
Blade Museum, man. We got to find and establish a series.
Some of them are just straight up. Like I bought them for my collection. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have a lot of those. I have my Billy O'Neill thrones are purely just I'm gonna put these on a shelf someday and show my kids. Here, it's all broken now.
And they're gonna be like, Dad, you're scaring us. Dad, you're weird.
So you bought those and you don't even know whose feet have been in them? Yes, son. I am very proud of them. Do you know Billy O'Neill? Shame! I need to get him to sign these. I don't even know if they're like their original cuff or what, but...
Sean, I'm gonna tell you two things. First, don't feel bad about having so many skates. I think it's freaking awesome.
Yep.
I do understand why you feel like you have too many more than what you need. Obviously, maybe you don't need them. But just know that there's also a fact that you're maybe half point or a little bit less than half than other people that I've seen.
Say it again? What was the last part?
Oh yeah, I've seen people that have way more too.
Oh yeah. No,
I've seen people that have like a storage unit.
Yeah, that's a bit much. But the thing is, like, I'm single, and I don't live with anyone else, and no one's here to like put me in check. You know what I mean? So like, I'm just like, I am a yeah, like I'm a
Just having a
wild
good
card, you know.
session.
And yeah, I mean, I'm just having a good time over here, having a good sesh. And
Yeah.
but like, all right, so a big reason why I have a lot of the skate, maybe like at least like a fourth of them.
Yeah.
I had, dude, I got really bad ADHD, and like I constantly get ideas,
Yep.
and then I get another idea, and I start working on the other idea, and just it's just a snowball of me like coming up with other ideas and neglecting the other idea, and then I come back to it, and you know, so I barely, you know, like what's the saying, like the man who chases two rabbits catches neither, or whatever, you know. So like I'm working on it, but
Yeah.
like I gave up ideas. I stopped on them sometimes just because I'm like, you know what, it's a good idea, but like that's not really my goal right now. But for a while I had this idea. It was originally called, like, the idea was going to be called Johnny Appleblades, you know, like Johnny Appleseed.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just get multiple pairs of like various skates in like every size, but mostly like in smaller sizes, so that kind of like I think what you do, Meta, right? Don't you like give people to like do you have extra skates, or am I thinking of someone else?
We do a tour in Mexico, and if people give us skate to bring, we bring them for sure. But
Yeah. Or
yeah.
maybe it's like in New York. I know, don't they do some like skate camps where like they have skates there if you don't have skates, kind of thing, right?
Well,
I just
in
wanted to.
Ramp and Camp, we set up a setup where, like, if you didn't have skates, you can just grab any of those skates that were there, so people
Right
can
on.
donate their skates for either that day or just to leave them there for anybody. But yeah, I think that's still there. But yeah, I think New York here, the people from Ghetto Community, they do the donate and skate, and over there in the West Coast, what's his name, Clark. There's another kid that puts the skate and donate and skate like event
Oh,
over there.
isn't that Texas?
There's another one,
Oh,
but the
'cause I
big
know
ones that I know of
Kevin
are those
Little.
two.
Okay, because I know Kevin Little from like Sick Urethane and like BMAG. He does like a donate and skate kind of thing in Texas.
There you go. I
So
think it's a common thing that most, like, it's around, like, people know that you can put people on skates, and if you do an event, people can bring the skates, and you know, I think it's just the nature of how we are too, right? Like, if you know
yeah,
anybody needs skates and you have a pair of skates that you're not using, you're most likely gonna give them.
Yeah, I just
yeah.
passed on my 909s, and I'm excited to see where that kid goes because he's
Oh yeah, I saw
already
you
really
say
good.
that. That's
Yeah,
super
man.
sick, dude. And honestly,
Mm.
like I don't know about you guys, but I grew up like not dirt poor, obviously, but like, you know, my mom was a single mom raising three
Mm.
boys. You know,
Mm.
she didn't have a lot of money. You know, she didn't buy me. You know, my dad bought me my first pair of like brand new skates, but like
Mm.
my first 5 or 6 pairs of skates were all like hand me downs from like friends. You know, so like I think if your family doesn't have a ton of money, like we all need that person who like hooked us up with a pair of skates. You know what I mean? It's so crucial. You know,
Mhm.
it's
Yep.
really important.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's just a vital part of how we develop as a community. You know, like,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
you want to skate? Sure, man, I got you. Don't worry. Let me see what I have. You know, if you
yeah,
have it, I think it's just vital for me, dude. Like, my friends didn't even have money even to share skates with me, so I had to work for like a year and a half to buy my first actual pair of aggressive skates, you know.
hmm,
And I was 16, you know, so it wasn't
Wow.
like until I was 17 and a half, almost 18 years old, that I was actually able to grind properly, not
hell yeah.
just frontside UFO.
Hmm.
You guys both
I
competed in ASA, right?
I did
I
amateurs.
yeah, I did a couple times, but like it was never. I wasn't like traveling around trying to do
Yeah.
ASA. Like I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
did it because it like was one town over for me.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Sean,
I'm
you've
totally quite qualified, but I didn't have the money to travel, so I stayed.
uh, dang, that sucks, man. Well, first off, before we travel on, Meta, you're an amazing skater, and I wish that had changed, because who knows, man? You'd have your name on a boot. I know it. Anyway, this is about Sean. Sean, you skated against
Get
Chris
rolling,
Haffey,
collabo
right?
skate.
Or, like, you essentially,
Say
you were
again?
knocked out in the ASA by Chris Haffey, you said, right?
No, that wasn't ASA. That
wasn't
was
ASA.
that was Detroit IMYTA.
IMYTA.
The second
Oh,
second
hold
Detroit
on.
IMYTA. Yeah.
Yeah, tell the story, please.
The second Detroit, like Rob G won the first
Yeah, okay.
IMYTA that they did in Detroit,
Yeah.
but they ended up, same spot and everything. That was I want to say it was the high school, but it was Plymouth. It was in Plymouth, Michigan. So I want to say it was Plymouth High School. But like you've seen all those clips and stuff, right? Of that super short, mellow.
I don't think so.
No,
No.
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
you know what I'm talking about. There was that
Oh,
short, like I guess it's not it's almost like a handicap rail, but it was downstairs, and
Yeah,
it was
it's mellow.
like,
It's a mellow down rail.
and the stairs were like 4 feet wide or 4 feet long. They were
Yeah.
just long
Humongous,
stairs.
yeah.
Nice, okay.
On that rail, I lucky me, I ended up in the round with Chris Haffey. Like one of my other friends, Gary, he was in the round too, so that helped because like it was a local buddy man. I was like, all right, cool. But it was like me, my buddy Gary, Chris Haffey, and I can't remember who else, but I ended up being right after Haffey, so I had to do all the tricks that he was doing. And at the time I rode flat for like the first 7 years, I want to say. So there was just a lot of tricks I wasn't that good at, just because like he did this one's embarrassing. Like and I promised myself after I got knocked out that day I was gonna go home and learn those tricks, and I did. But the first trick, I think it might have even been my buddy Gary, but like somebody did a backside farf.
Okay.
He
This was
landed it, and
one
then
more time. This is IMYTA Detroit. Where was this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you type in like on YouTube, IMYTA Detroit
Yeah, I found something. Is it 2002?
or 2002? Yeah, I went to 2. Yeah.
Yes, it doesn't.
I think my buddy made this one. Is this by
dang.
Mike Deasy?
Yep.
Yeah. There's Farmer right there. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
random.
But yeah, dude, I was killing it on that rail. Again, as far as just like with my
yeah. Yeah.
my quiver of tricks. Like I had rough Machio on that rail, like on lock.
Wow.
Like, and that guy right there, Mike Radaba,
Yeah.
like, I didn't even talk about this, but he lived in Grays Lake, like one town over from me.
Yeah.
And growing up, like I was the crazy, goofy, weird kid. And Radaba nicknamed me Crack Baby back in the day because I was just like this annoying T-Dog weird kid, And but yeah, that was Radaba. What was I saying? But yeah,
Talking about competing with Haffey and Haffey took over.
like it would have been totally different. Like if I had a chance to like pick my own trick, but I didn't, so yeah, I went back far. Haffey landed that, and I tried to do it, but like I stuck, because like frames weren't really designed for flat back then. You know what I mean? Like back then, most people were it's weird because most people ride flat these days, and now I ride freestyle. And then back then, everyone rode like anti-rocker, and back then I was riding like 55, 56 millimeter flat, just because I liked doing weird tricks, and like so I liked having like all flat. Because I used to like mono roll rails and stuff like that, and like I was doing toe rolls and heel rolls back then, and but just weird stuff that I kind of gravitated more towards doing weird tricks versus grinding and stuff like that. And it all changed once I tried Juice Box. Like when I started doing freestyles, it unlocked a bunch of stuff I couldn't do. But yeah, Chris Haffey ended up doing like backslide walkover to like LU Pornstar. That's when everyone was doing like walkovers like all the time. Yeah, he ended up winning the whole thing. So I was like, I didn't feel bad when he won the whole thing. I was like, all right, that's cool.
That's fine.
Did you know that same thing happened to me, right?
Haffey?
2 years later.
Watch this. Look at this. Bro, I don't know if that school is still there, but like, bro, that rail, I'm way taller than Haffey. Haffey's probably like, I don't know, 5'8", 5'9". Like that rail was like, first off, that rail is super fat. You know what I mean? If you've seen like really, really fat rails at like skate parks,
Yeah.
it's kind of like that, but like that rail was like shoulder
Yeah,
high
oh,
on him.
man.
And then
Holy
it was like
cow.
a 15-foot drop.
Yeah.
Maybe not 15, but it was like 13 or 14-foot drop.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And he was
Crazy.
wearing the OG remedies. Like, it was insane.
Yeah, look at that up there.
Crazy.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
that's
Yeah.
insane.
Holy crap.
That's
Yeah.
like the fat bar at Schmitty's.
Yeah, except you have to
Yeah.
jump to it. You can't ride the quarter to
Probably
it.
fatter.
Fatter. Rounder.
Yeah, it was almost like he jumped up and chest slid it. And like there was so much like room for like just like
Yes.
killing himself. Yeah. Oh, there's me in the yellow shirt right there. See that?
Oh, no, let me
Right
rewind
there
it.
on,
Hold
on the left.
On the left.
Yeah, I've just always had like a thing for yellow shirts. I'm a weirdo.
Hey, there's some yellow.
There's some yellow. Yeah, dude. So Final Four, I am YTA, 2004.
Yeah.
I go and do like the session starts. I'm on the second round, and
Yeah.
and I'm next to Happy, and I'm like, fuck it. All right, I'm gonna start with a backslide, low, stylish. Okay, he goes right behind me and does full cap, like half cap, backslide. It's like, all right, let me just. And then I look around and everybody started going crazy, jumping rail to rail. I was like, okay, I don't have much. I have to do my thing. Let me jump these stairs in 540 abstract, and I jumped the whole thing. Boom, nice. And I land, and I remember the silence, dude. Boom. I was like, damn, people are really digging that 5. No, dude. Happy was just on the air still. Right behind me doing a fakey 7. No, doing a misty flip. And then he did a fakey 7.
Yeah, dude. When he was in, I mean, he was around that time. He was in his prime. You know what I mean? And he was like a machine. You know?
Honestly, I wouldn't even I would even avoid saying anything about his prime, because I still see him today doing things with Nitro, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
What is the amount of people that can actually do that in the world, you know?
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like,
So from all the setups that you have, is there a crazier one? Is there one that you think like that's the craziest one I ever skated?
yeah, but I can't show it. Like, I'm working on some stuff. Like, I'm working on. I got some stuff. Like,
Give us details without giving us details.
Spook knows some of the details. Like, I can't
do.
say it yet. I want to say. I would love to tell you, but like, I can't yet, just because I don't want some of the stuff being.
Yep.
I've been very secretive because like I don't want stuff to get stolen. You know what I mean? Like,
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right.
all right. I got ideas, really good ideas that I don't understand how they haven't been done yet, and at least tried. But like, cause like for a while I was just like, when I got the ideas, I'm like, how has this not been tried yet? And I was like, maybe it doesn't work. And I've kind of like made rough prototype like mock-ups of some of my ideas. Some of them don't work, and I scrap them. You know what I mean? Like, but some are like, you know, and I kept moving on and getting smarter as far as like what'll work and what won't. But like, I've tried some stuff, and like some things do work, and I'm like, I'm just always paranoid, like, you know, that it's gonna come out like right before I'm like ready to release something, it's just gonna drop, you know, and like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like I've had a sketch of a design with like angled soles for like 20 years. So like,
Yeah.
you know, good on him for. I took 20 years to release my. That's one of the earlier ideas I had, where it was like, you know how like juice like slants in,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like, so it was juiced, and then like the outside was like angled, so it was like a chest slide groove, and so it wasn't exactly his idea, but it was a combination of the two.
Yeah, we've had some pretty extensive conversations about skate parts when we first met. A lot being in that Taco Bell drive-thru, we talked about a lot of skate parts.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, you've got some really cool ideas. So
which is the nice thing about it taking so damn long is that it led me to a different version of that. Like, led me to a different idea.
Right.
So it's okay that Angled Souls is doing their thing.
Right.
You know, I respect it, and but I got a different idea that was spawned from that. So
yeah, man. Well, cool.
I think like there's many ideas all the time.
yeah,
And like you
I
said,
know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
sometimes you can grab it, and sometimes if you don't grab it on time, and do it, somebody else is gonna do it.
I thought you were gonna say like once someone thinks of an idea, you know what I mean? Like
There's
that
infinite
idea.
possibilities to that.
I thought you were gonna say it's like because ideas. I've heard like the concept of like ideas don't come from like music or art or whatever, or like ideas, they don't come from us. Like we're essentially just like an antenna. You know what I mean? And so like if you got the idea, someone else might have got the idea roughly around this, like it's floating around in the because you get that idea from a combination of like multiple different ideas, and so like it's like the perfect storm, and like so someone else might come up with that idea too, and like around the same time, and so that's why you gotta get your shit together and do the thing,
Yeah.
But I don't have my shit together, so.
Man,
I mean, you're doing a lot
out.
still.
Yeah,
Give
man.
yourself some grace.
That's the problem. I do too much that I don't do anything.
Listen, everybody I know that does a lot, including me, including Spook, we all feel the same way. And I think that even me telling this to you is just me telling it to myself because I feel the same way, like I feel like I'm never doing enough,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I get it, bro. But better feel that way than waiting around and not doing anything at all.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You do a lot. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
dude, you do a lot. You do a lot. What's like? Listen, I'm like since the moment I learned about um 4-wheel and feet, I've been like obsessed with the designs, the cleverness of the things you put together. What's next for you guys?
Yo, shout out to that typo that I got right there. I haven't fixed. I don't know what the hell happened there. What's next?
What's next for you guys?
So I am still gonna continue to put out clothing, but like originally when I relaunched F4W at Bitter Cold. I used like the Bitter Cold ship. When they announced it was gonna be the final Bitter Cold, I was like, I need to get a booth at that. That'd be the perfect thing. In my head, it seemed like a good idea to like relaunch my company or launch it, because to a lot of people they didn't know what fast forward was back in the day. They don't know that. But and also it was a big deal to me too, because like my very first job when I was 16, I was almost 17. My birthday's in April, and the first Bitter Cold was always last weekend of February. That's like always what it was. The very first Bitter Cold Showdown, I quit my first job to go to it because like I worked at like a mom and pop's, like a family owned like type of Walgreens. So it was like a convenience store, but they had a pharmacy in the back. And I kept asking my boss. Like I found out about Bitter Cold like through like Sequence Mag, like which was Lawrence's magazine. Lawrence had like an online magazine back in the day, and Daniel Kinney like came up with the idea of Bitter Cold and advertised it on the Sequent Mag message board, and the very first, it changed I think the second year, but the very first year he was just trying. This is the first event like it where like, well, that's not. I could be wrong because like there's OGs that are skating longer than me, so I could totally be wrong. But as far as I know, it's the first event where it was like a trade show and a competition all in one. Like I'm sure there was probably like NIST comps or something that had a trade show or whatever. I don't know. But like as far as like when skating was a little smaller, it wasn't huge anymore. Like it was starting to like decline. But this was more so a trade show with like skater-owned companies, like smaller. So like Daniel Kinney said, like, if you want to have a company in the trade show, message me. Like the first year the booths were free. He just wanted people to come and just be, he wanted to have enough companies there that it was a trade show. And this is when I was doing Crack Deal. So like I had a booth for Crack Deal and like, and I don't know why, but it sold really well. Like I sold a ton of stuff there, sold Crack Deal stuff. And
like you were doing crack.
Yeah, I was slinging that crack, and
slinging it,
and Why did I even bring that up? Why did I bring up the first Bitter Cold? I don't know.
Talking about launching
Your
the
hope
company.
for
Well, yeah,
your hope
so, like-
for F4W.
And I didn't miss any Bitter Colds until the one like 10 years ago. The very last, like we didn't know until after it was done that he announced that it was the last one, you know. But that's the only one I missed. What was the one like 10 years ago? And it's because I was like engaged and I was gonna I was getting married in April, and like, man, I ignored so many red flags. But like, you know, my fiance at the time didn't want me to go. You know what I mean? She didn't want me to go to it, and I told her, I'm like, I've never missed a single one. You know, I was like, and like I remember some of my friends were like, they're so mad at me for not going. Like, I'm mad at myself. But yeah, like I decided I would relaunch it there, and which was weird because it was like I was the only brand new company besides Standard, but like Standard was just being teased. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was in a box. It was still in a
Not
plastic
really
box.
released. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first. Bitter Cold was the first place where he teased the skate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's where he like launched like the name. You knew he had a skate company coming, but I don't think he even teased like the name of it or what it kind of looked like. I think.
Right.
Or maybe he did. I'm getting mixed up, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I think he had like released the name and we all knew a boot was coming, and then this was the first time we saw it. It was in this little box.
Speak of the devil. Yeah. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, like that was Bitter Cold was my first time meeting Lawrence in person. In comparison to meeting someone however you meet them. I don't know where the hell I was going with that, but
Because you used to exchange.
But like, yeah, so like after, you know, and like I used to like, dude, he was a very patient dude, man. I was like, whatever, 16, 17, and I'd hit him up on AIM, you know, AOL Instant Messenger, you know, I think I can whatchamacallit, vex him or whatever, like his because AIM's not a thing anymore, but his screen name was Fitty Fitty, just like FIDY.
Yeah.
And mine was like It's Me Crack back then because I was crack baby, you know. But yeah, like this fucking annoying little kid just messaged him, and I was just like, you know, I just started bullshitting with him, you know, like I used to always ask him I was trying to get clear frames. I just kept asking him for clear frames.
Yeah.
And like, because I was always trying to get some parts nobody else had.
Right. Yeah.
But he was like the nicest dude ever, and like I would just bullshit with him here and there. I mean, like I said, I sent a picture to him. He asked me for a picture one time, and then that DVD came out, and I'm on the fucking back cover. You know, there was like another time I sent him a video clip, and on like when the team video was coming out, Juice, there was like a little calendar on the website because it was like leading up to the countdown to the release of the video.
Yeah.
But on the calendar, if you went to like my birthday, which is April 30th, like last day of April, like it was a hidden thing on the website. If you hovered over April 30th and like clicked it, it opened, and this was 20 years ago, so websites sucked back then, but like it opened up, it'd be like a Windows Media video file, you know, and it was like this clip I sent him. He told me to send him a clip. Or maybe I sent it to him one time. I don't know the full details of that, but I sent him this clip of me doing like a disaster porn star on this huge fucking ledge, and I slipped. Like my back foot got on, but my sole didn't. Like it got on and slipped off.
Yeah.
And I like fell. It was this huge ledge. Multiple dudes in Chicago like ended up. People landed it later, but like I don't think anyone had. Definitely no one had landed it, but I don't even know if anyone had tried it yet. Like it wasn't even waxed. Like I just tried to do it, and I ate shit. Like I slammed down and like sprained my wrist. And yeah, he ended up putting that like on my birthday on the website, and like weird stuff.
That's funny.
What would you say is your favorite moment as a vendor? Because I know that's a different position to be at, right?
Yeah. There was this, or probably, I think it was like the second year, not second Bitter Cold, but the second year that I had a booth for F4W, like when it was Fast Forward. I had this, I ripped out this page out of Daily Bread, because there's a photo of Rory Melhan, and it was that photo. There's this weird photo of him, like, I wish I had it. I'd just show you, but Or if you go on like YouTube and type in like rushing roulette and go to the Rory section, I'll point to the trick. But
Yeah.
he had this photo of him, like he top sold this rail. It was in California. He top sold this rail and then jumped to the side, and there was like this big like rock, like it was almost like a boulder, but he jumped down and like rolled down this boulder. But there's a really cool photo of it in Daily Bread because Rory had like a profile in there. I love that clip. Yeah, and he looks like Logan there. He looks like Wolverine.
Yeah, he does.
It really does, dude.
Yeah,
I love that.
Needs some claws.
He and Treadpool should make an edit with the Deadpool Wolverine movie coming out.
Ilya's gonna get so mad.
He just needed the claws to come out at the end.
Yeah. What was I saying? But like, I didn't, dude. I wasn't even that young at the time, but I guess I was like, what was it? I was like, probably like 20. I was like 19 or 20. But like, I cut Rory's picture out of the magazine, and I took it to Kinko's. Or no, before I did that, I had like white paint and I like splashed it all over the thing, just to like do some like literally handmade graphics on it. And I took it to Kinko's and blew it up into like a big, photographic poster. And because I needed some sort of thing to like decorate the booth. And it was like the year that like I dropped, like I think I told you, Spook, but like Rory, I don't know if he still does, he might, but for the longest time, he's one of the first people that I knew who rode Tri-Rocker. He wrote, 3x3. And so Rory and I came up with the idea of like releasing, obviously I sold 4-packs of them, but like, as far as I know, his wheel was the first wheel released as a 6-pack. Most people don't know that because I never sold it I sold it in one local skate shop.
Yeah.
Just dropped some stuff off on a whatchamacallit, not commission, whatever that word is.
What was the size?
It was 58, 88.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Are those the ones you showed me a picture of?
Were they red?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
But yeah, like, and also you said the funniest moment. So like Ryan Shooty, I don't know if you remember him, but like he was like, for a while he was like Daily Bread's like only photographer towards the end, you know what I mean? But really, really, really good photographer. He's the one who shot that photo because he's actually from the Chicago area and he ended up moving to California. Fantastic photographer. He shoots like the coolest portraits now. If you ever look his stuff up, really, really cool, weird, almost like a Wes Anderson type of vibe, but he comes up to me, he's like, "Hey man, that's my photo." And I'm like, "Oh shit." I was like, "It's a good photo." And he's like, and he went and got like, he's like, "Well, you gotta give me some credit somehow." I was like, "What do you want me to do?" And he's like, and he goes and he gets because they were giving out like the new issue of Daily Bread there. And so I ended up like having one of the hoodies I had to hang it up. I pinned like one of the hoodies to be holding like the new issue of Daily Bread. Yeah. That's all he wanted me to do. But it was just so funny. Him like, I love that clip right there. That's so cool.
Yeah, man.
Oh, and that clip right there, that was on the cover of Daily Bread.
Okay.
But, yeah, and
wow, that list is crazy.
Yeah.
Rory's a monster, man.
Oh, I didn't even. My dumb ass, I wasn't even paying attention. I could have pointed to the thing, but whatever.
Did it already go by?
Yeah, it was probably. I feel like it was pretty early on in the section, but.
You said it was with a boulder?
It was like a. I don't know if it was natural or if it's just it's like a concrete slant.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it was like a boulder because I remember there being a tree too. Oh, so right there.
This one?
You just saw it. Yeah, right there. Yeah. But yeah, the photo's like in the middle, like when he.
Right. Yeah. Where the flash was.
But yeah, and he's wearing that shirt. He's wearing as like one of the old Fast Forward shirts.
Sick. Let's slow it down quick.
And then that. Let me see if I can find it. I'll be right back.
Yeah, dude.
Give me 20 seconds.
Don't fall.
Yeah, don't take the stairs.
I'm just going into the other room. No stairs.
No stairs.
It's a red shirt. I wish I could see more of that shirt.
You know what? You mean
I'll play some music in the meantime.
I promise I will be. Yo, and hey, Spook, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Guess who's on the cover of this of that issue that he has the profile in?
Clark.
Nope. Nah, he was never on. What's up?
Your dog is humping something right now. Kingsley, what are you doing?
Is he humping Bijou?
He's doing something.
Bijou.
Bijou, stop!
This is
Kingsley,
not a family
no.
show. It's okay.
I'm just gonna
Is
play
he
the
really?
music. I think he's done now.
I think he had a good. I think he had a good sesh.
sesh.
Hell yeah. At least someone's getting laid. You know what I mean?
Proud of you, Kingsley.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, I was ready for this one to be a special one. I just didn't know how intimate it was going to get.
Oh my god. Man, I'm missing a show over there, huh? Alright, I found it.
Hey, cool.
Are you guys doing sound effects?
They were just playing music.
Oh, I thought you were doing like brown, chicka brown.
But no, I mean, Matt's just playing his rubber band thing. I've got a glass tube.
Okay, I found it. But yo, this is the
There you go, Spook.
this was like when that's when Rory was on the cover of Daily Bread. But if you look
Wow.
close enough,
Cool.
he's wearing one of the original Fast Forward shirts.
Sick.
I wish I had this logo made then, but I didn't. But yeah, that was to me, that was so cool. Obviously, it's a good friend of mine being on the cover, but I was like, that was a big fucking deal, you know. And
Yeah.
but this is the issue that he has a profile in. That's your buddy Rob Thompson on the cover.
Rob Thompson.
Yeah.
That's my
The man, the legend.
The
you
picnic
look at
table
that?
slayer.
Yeah,
Shout
was
out,
crazy,
shout
too.
out to everybody in the South.
look at that.
Shout out Alabama.
Shout
And then you
out.
open it up.
Home, Rob Thompson.
Hell yeah.
Mike, the guy who nicknamed me
Nice.
Crack Baby.
Amazing.
That's so funny, dude. So
Yeah.
since
all
you started at Bitter Cold, you've been on this frenzy of like supporting events.
Hmm.
For a moment, I was like, okay, so is this like a philanthropy kind of company, or is it like a fashion company? Because for a second, I was like, man, this is just a philanthropic effort. This guy is just trying to support everybody. What's up with that?
Yeah. One, I'm really bad at running a business, so like I don't know how to like. I should not have a bank account. I should not be in charge of any sort of anything with numbers involved. Like I'm not good at it, but like, yeah, like but yeah, I do. I mean, my number one goal is just to get, blading out there. You know, what I mean, support bladers and get more people into blading. You know, and which I really haven't done yet. You know what I mean? But like that's part of the plan. But no, I just wanted anyone doing really good things for the community. I wanted to support that. You know what I mean? Because like they're doing what I want to do, so like I gotta try and help them do what they're doing. You know what I mean? So like, and I haven't done much. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them I sent like product and cash to, but then some of them I didn't have cash at the time, so I just sent product. And some of them I just sent cash. But just because it was quicker.
Still,
like I didn't.
It's a lot.
I forgot I wanted to try and sponsor something, so I just sent them some money. And
It's a lot,
Yeah.
man.
I'm as somebody that really is like very invested too, dude. What, man? Come
Yeah,
on.
That's a great
That-
picture.
That's fine.
That is
That's farmer.
legendary. But
Yo.
listen, as somebody that has been involved in a lot of there's the guy.
Look at
Dude,
that
I know
hair.
exactly who designed the art for that. It's sick.
Who was it?
That was Rob Thompson.
No. The design, the art.
Probably Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Mhm.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah. But
All right.
as somebody that organizes events, dude,
Yeah.
90% of the effort that we do to try to get people to help us with sponsorship or things to give in the events goes
Yeah.
nowhere.
Oh yeah.
90% of the time and effort that we invest in that goes nowhere. So the 10% of the people that come through, you're part of that 10%, and you're freaking vital, dude. Because
Really?
without, yeah, dude, there's not that many people putting themselves out there. I'm gonna shout out Julio, because from the beginning, the moment I spoke to him, like, he understood what we were about and he supported us right away. Like, there's many people like that, like, the guys from Murder Militia, Spook since the beginning, Phil Gripper, Shedware, the guys from Movement, like, Rob, like, Blake Callen. There's many people that came through. But listen, I was able to mention most of them already, and I've been doing this for 6 years. You know, so there's not that many people really out there investing in themselves on doing, like so it's important that first, like what you're saying, dude, like, we need people like you that want to help the people that are trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And second of all, thank you for recognizing that there's not that many people trying to do, and that it's hard to do, you know.
And yeah, and then it makes it harder to continue trying to do it when like you just said, if you don't get a lot of people like giving you I mean, most people can't give you a ton of help, but those little tiny, if everyone gives you a tiny little hand, like, I'm sure that I want to, but I haven't thrown any sort of event. I definitely want to, but like, I'm sure like everyone pitching in a little bit kind of like keeps people sane. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure just doing it by yourself, you'd probably be like overwhelming, and like, I don't know. And I'm losing my mind because I thought this was the issue, and like, maybe this is the one where I ripped all the pages out of his. I don't know, man. But
What issue is that again? Someone was asking in the chat. Pine Top. What issue of Daily Bread is that?
the one with Rob on the cover.
The one with Rob on the spiral staircase.
That one.
That one. Yeah, dude, man, I can't believe that Rob was just like hanging out with us on Operation Ohio and was so chill. I just had no idea who he was. It was so funny.
So random, dude.
So random. Meta got him to come, man. I love it.
I already know he came back to blading, like, because I saw him on Jump Street and everything like that. But just to see him with you guys, I was like, I was at work and like I heard this guy talking. I heard him say Montgomery Monster. I had this in and I was just at work moving around. I'm like,
wait a minute.
What the hell's this? He's talking about the dog collar or whatever.
Yeah,
he's talking about
ain't gonna get away.
Not gonna get or ain't gonna get away. And I was like, what the? With the dog thing, and then him name dropping Montgomery Monsters. I was like, who is this? And I like pull out my phone to like look at what he looked like. I'm like, yo, is that Rob? I was like, is that Rob Thompson? And you're like, I don't know. Let me ask him. Yeah.
Yeah. I told him about that interaction I had with Jaron Grobe after I made the connection at the end of the first day that he was Rob Thompson. It was like 11 p.m., almost midnight. We were all getting ready for bed, and I finally ended up telling him that. I was like, listen, man, it was like, it's because he was just telling me all these stories about life, having these deep conversations. So it was like, I gotta be real. It was like, I recognize you. Remember when I said I recognize you? It's because you are Rob Thompson. I didn't know that. I was like, I thought we were all just kind of joking that, yeah, he's Rob Thompson. Like if someone comes to me, he's like, yeah, you're like Chris Farmer. You're Chris Edwards. Look at all those crazy tricks, man. I thought we were all joking. My man is the Rob Thompson, and he had a good belly laugh out of that. I was like, I've embarrassed myself in front of so many pros. It's just become my thing.
Dude, it's whatever though.
I love it. It's fun.
Dude, like he's so genuine. You cannot fake genuinely. Like if somebody that is so genuine, you cannot fake that, dude. Like,
oh yeah, authenticity is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. Honest is everything. Honest is everything. And that dude just comes through so honest. Like, I will be like amazed if I ever knew that we were gonna be like so close, because he is like right now one of my closest friends, and I'm like
That's
very
sick.
thankful for that.
Mhm.
But it's so random too,
Mm-hmm.
because I never saw him as he is that person. You know, I
Mhm.
just never see anybody like they are that person from a moment before. Because when we are together or when we are talking, there's this. We're talking about this and we're going deep into conversation. So
Yeah.
you know me, I'm always ready to go down the rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, man. Yeah. To round it back, though, I'd make the same points about you, Sean. Super genuine and lots
yeah.
of interesting avenues to conversate, and that's what I think has been the most fun about getting to know you. I mean, we're doing that right now, but the tangents are always
Thank
fun.
God, because that would have been an awkward 2 hours in that drive. Like
Just sitting there and be
Spook
like,
wasn't even kidding. Like we were
anyway.
stuck in that drive-through for 2 hours.
I
Like,
say
it
2
was-
hours, but I want to say it was closer to 3. It was a
Wow.
We were
long
in the
time.
We were at least in the drive-through for 2 hours, and then it was like a
Well,
20-minute drive there, 20-minute
Yeah,
drive. Because we
yeah.
come back 3
you
hours
were
later.
that hungry. You were already delusional,
If
guys.
we
You were
were,
that
yeah.
hungry that you were willing to
Well, I
wait
mean,
3
'cause
hours.
You're also
West
getting food
Lafayette
for.
is
We were getting food for someone else. I forget who. Was it Chris Street?
I think we're yes, yeah. It was just one other person. You're right.
So
Yeah,
we were
it
like,
was
we
good.
can't leave. He ordered food. We have to get it.
Mhm.
Like, oh
Uh,
well, we're just gonna sit here for however long. That was great.
And there was like one guy There was like 2 people working, right?
Yeah.
But because West Lafayette is a college town, you know, so like
yeah,
the line was just like it spiraled around the building,
Yeah.
that's crazy, dude.
and it was moving
That's
so slow.
Those poor
Like
kids.
Spook and I literally talked about everything. Like we talked about life, you know, like
yeah,
it's-
everything. Yeah,
It got deep.
it was great.
I love
Honestly,
it.
I mean, we still got a lot of our own written questions, but we have so many chat questions. We might as well start breaking
Really?
into someone we can't. Yeah, dude, people love it. People are
Oh,
having a good
let
time.
me throw 2 there before we jump into that because I don't want to forget these 2.
Yeah, go
Who
ahead.
are in the team, and if you could pick anybody to be in the team, who would that be?
Yeah, let's talk about your team.
Is that your cat?
Yeah, it's my cat meowing. You hear?
Okay, okay.
It's like, what is that ghostly sound?
Yeah, it's so
A
ghostly.
wailing.
So who's on the team currently, and if I could pick someone to be on the team, who would it be?
Yeah, if you could
Yeah.
pick anybody, any date and
Anybody.
time, you know, like they're not even
Yeah, it
skating
can
anymore.
be future, it can be backwards.
Oh, like I can pick someone in their prime. You're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
man.
he's like, yeah,
Dream
sure.
pick.
Okay. All right. Well, the team currently, Logan Clark being chased by a dog, as you can see. He's like, I want to say he's the first person I asked to be on the team.
Okay.
I think he's so damn underrated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's someone, Meta. He's someone who's, you know, he threw the Iowa Ruckus for 2 years. You know, he
Oh,
wanted to do it again this year, but he took a break, you know, for personal reasons. But like, you know, I wish he had said something to me because like you know, he just, I didn't know that I don't live in Iowa, you know what I mean, first off, but like like he did it all by himself the first 2 years, as far as I know. And, but like, yeah, he just was too burnt out to do it this year, you know, and like,
Yep,
and
I get it.
you know, and I didn't know he wasn't going to do it until he put his announcement out saying like, I'm not doing it. But, so, I mean, but one, that park is incredible. Everyone should go check that park out. It's like one of the biggest skate parks in the US, biggest like free skate park. But Logan is incredible. He's like, I don't know how he hasn't had a pro skate yet. Like he's just so damn good.
He's so
You know,
good.
and I would never stop him. I've already told him this, but like obviously, like if my dumb ass gets my shit together and I release my skate company, I already told him like he'd be the first person on the team and first person I'd give a skate to because I think he's just so fucking good and stylish, and he just has so much love for blading, and he's a cool artist too. But yeah, there's Logan, and Cedric was the second person I asked to be on the team. And, you know, Cedric's from like, you know, funny enough, I think Cedric went to the same high school as like my mom. Like, he went to like Hinsdale. I don't know if he went to Hinsdale South or Hinsdale.
It's funny. I was born
whatever,
in Hinsdale.
like, North. Like, were you really?
Yeah.
Like Michigan or?
Nope. Hinsdale, Illinois.
Really?
Yeah, I grew up. We were in Bolingbrook for the first 3.5ish, almost 4 years of my life.
No shit.
Yeah, man, it's all connected.
What?
all
It's all
connected.
connected.
Rob, are you listening?
Rob, are you listening? It's all connected.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, no, I'm a Chicago man technically.
Dude, this is getting weird.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But yeah, I've been a fan of Cedric. Like, yeah, I've known Cedric since he was like, I don't know how old he was, but he was just like a way smaller, younger dude. You know, him and like Brian Bina used to be like best friends, and I always just like, Cedric was really quiet back then, but like, you know, but I heard people say his name and I got a good memory, so I remember Cedric. But then he just slowly started getting better and better, and like, but just like, I don't know, that whatever it was, like, I guess the past more than 5 years ago, I guess 10 years ago, I just noticed how damn steezy he was. I was like I really became a huge fan of Cedric. Like when I'd be at a skate park session with him and he'd go up and do those, like he'd go up on a quarter and do those, Meta, you've seen his airs, right? He just does those really cool, like, you know, he doesn't even spin, just goes up and does a really cool, like in that section I dropped of him and he did the double grab and goes back in without spinning. Like, I just thought that was he's so damn steezy. And yeah, Cedric,
easy.
yeah, and he's just underrated, man. Like he makes skating look really smooth and cool looking.
Absolutely.
And
Clean, dude. Clean as F.
Yeah,
dude, for sure.
So I want to say he was the second person I asked to be on the team. And dude, I asked people to be on the team and it took like another 2 years for me to finally drop some product. Because I think when I started asking people, I was working at Coca-Cola and I was making good money, and then COVID hit, and then I ended up losing my job from Coke because I, like, you know, they were treating us bad and I spoke up and they like kicked me out. Like first day back from vacation, like Monday going back to work, they like let me go. I was like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, almost 15 years working there, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But and then Jared Redrick, he's also from the Chicago area. You know, he's I don't know, he might even be taller than me. But like he's about like 6'2", 6'3", but you know, he's a tall boy, but like he makes skating look really, really smooth and stylish. Careful, BJ. BJ's like waddling under the tripod right now. But yeah, Jared makes skating look really smooth, and he's got a lot of love for blading. Like he's put out a couple, 2 or 3 videos of Chicago. You know, Yandy has like sections in all his like older videos and stuff when Yandy was still like pretty unknown. I'm having a brain fart. Help me. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Eddie. I've been a fan of Eddie's skating for a long time too, maybe like 10 years or whatever. But he's just started randomly posting clips. I want to say it was on the rollerblading board on Facebook, but he used to post a lot of clips that were just like really creative, like mushroom blading type of clips, you know. And I just really liked it. Like I don't know, he just skated different. And then this was way before he was like bombing hills and doing the one foot, you know, he had the huge following. But then when I met him in person at Rampant Camp, and I was like, hey man, I'm a big fan of your skating, you know. And but yeah, I originally just gave him a couple shirts just saying like, I like your skating. I didn't ask him to be on the team at first. I asked him later when I saw him, or maybe it was online. I asked him, but he's down, you know, and he's been one of the biggest people on the team, like repping. So I appreciate the show. And
yeah,
I mean, I'll be honest. If when I saw that he was on your team, I was like, oh my god, he's about to create a concept based on the craziness of shreddy, you know. Like, because if I could think about a word related to blading and shreddy, it's fresh. Every time I see him, he's not trying to do what everybody else is doing. He's always smiling. He's always playing around. Oh, yeah. So fresh. And then when he laces, dude, you know he laces. You know, you can tell. Like that thing is finished and precise. And I love his skating because you don't you can see progression within different skaters most of the time in any competition. But with
Mhm.
Shreddy, you see him going boom, bada bing, bada bang in three different directions, and all of them are like, "Whoa, dude, what the fuck?"
Yeah,
I
for
love
sure.
this
And
question.
that's part of the reason I wanted to ask him to be on the team, because like I gravitate towards people that skate different, you know, like whether it be really creative or somebody who just has really, really good style. You know, they make it look really clean and smooth. You know, so like that's why I picked Jared. That's why I picked Cedric. That, you know, Logan has really good style, but he does really creative and crazy tricks. You know, and but Eddie, you know, Eddie's always smiling. Like he's always smiling when he's doing tricks, and obviously he skates super fast, and he always looks like he's having a good sesh. You know, and like and that became like after I made the good sesh shirt, I decided that F4, you know, for the slogan of the company, or the motto and the mission would be have a good sesh, you know, you know, like you don't have to go out and kill yourself, just go out and make sure you're having a fucking fun time, you know.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
yeah, and yeah.
I love it. And then there's Lorik.
Yeah, Lorik. I mean, I still got to reach out to him. Like he's busy with like
Disney and Legoland.
Yeah, he did the ice thing with Eddie, but like one of the things that I want to do, as far as the clothing side of F4W, is I plan to do like little mini drops with each rider. You know, like so they whether it be a couple shirts or a shirt, a hoodie, and a hat, you know, different designs on all of them. But I want them to like something that they would actually, you know, he's got a very unique sense of style. You know what I mean? Like he's been seen wearing some crazy stuff, and I'm into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I gotta, you know, I gotta contact Laura pretty soon. We gotta start, but I'm also trying to do it kind of like how Clark does, where you know Clark kind of respects the seniority, I guess I'd say.
Yeah. Like
as far
first
as
come,
like,
first
when
serve.
first come, first serve. So, I'm just starting to. I think he's been working on it. I told him a while ago, but Gabe's working on some stuff. So we're gonna do like a little mini drop for Gabe. But I got some stuff I gotta put out first, obviously. Anyways, like the collab shirt with Ben. Your fundraiser hoodie. You know, because I have like I have components for that stuff as it is. It's just we gotta. Sucks we're dropping that like, you know, in the summertime, but it is what it is. You know.
It'll work out. That's all for a good time, man. It's all good fun. I know that my parents want to order some. They're excited.
Yeah, I think anyone that is wanting to order it or is going to order it, they're gonna. Yeah. The season's not gonna really deter them.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the seasons are upon us, dude. Maybe you release it now in the summer, and the fall is gonna be right here in a few months. And honestly, I'd rather have it before, so I don't have to wait.
Yep.
It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been waiting long enough for Cameron skates, so don't give me another thing to wait on.
Oh, I'm gonna make you wait.
Oh, you go learn some patience, baby.
You gonna wait?
All right, I'll be waiting. Okay.
All right, Sean. So now we've talked about your team members. Who, during any point in time, would you choose to put on the F4W team? Who do you think would represent the type of skating that you like and that you want F4W to portray? Who would it be? It's a hard one.
That's a crazy ass question.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a really crazy.
Look at his face. He's like going away.
Oh man, there's so many options. Gears are spinning. He's.
I mean, the first thing I think of is Latimer, but I feel like.
Oh yes.
I feel like he would say no, just because he's like, I don't know.
He can't say no. That's the point of this question.
Not because of me, but Latimer was just a very.
In this scenario, he cannot say no.
Ooh.
In this condition, he wants to say yes.
Gonna say, I think I would, especially because he still skates to this day. But I think I would say Walt Austin. Like he's one of my favorite skaters of all time. Like DL and Walt are tied for my favorite skaters of all time. Okay. And that 40 y'all section he dropped, whatever it was, a year
Come
ago,
on,
or what?
dude.
Like,
That's even like some of these technical little weird things that he does there are way higher than some of the things that he did before that were like insane
yeah,
already.
Mhm.
You
yeah,
know,
it
like
was,
wow.
yeah, he's, and I don't know why more people don't talk about that section, because it was like, just like you said, it was just as good as some of the stuff he did like 10 years prior. It
Yeah.
was it was obviously very different, but like, and nobody's done some of those tricks he's done that were MVDs. Nobody's like, that shit was good. That's,
Is it called 40,
I still
y'all?
think, dude.
yeah, 40 y'all.
I think about that alley porn star down the rail to drop down set
The
slide
stuff,
on the handicap
yeah,
paint.
yeah, the
Dude,
black like asphalt. Yeah. What was
like
that? That
what?
was that in his
Uh,
VG profile, or was that
I
underestimated? No,
don't
it wasn't underestimated.
know. I don't
Or
know
was
if
it
he
his
was
physics pro? I
underestimated
don't even know now.
because I
I can.
do remember the song is by Zillow.
Oh, it's the CeeLo song.
Yeah, it's like if anyone
Okay,
ever
then it was,
contest my conquest, and you know,
yeah,
like
that's his underestimated section.
yeah.
Yep.
The way he does all
Yep.
those wall taps, like that he
Yeah.
does the speed. Oh my god, dude, what a section is that? Like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Like,
But this right
he's.
here,
Oh shit! I gotta plug in my phone.
do it, do it, do it. We got things to see here.
We got things to talk about. Oh
You see
man.
that flow, dude? Like, if you can
Yeah.
rewind that, just like there's so much artfulness to every
Yeah, it's
like
control
look at
and
this is not like a soul spin out. This is masterful flow. You know,
yeah. Perfect use of momentum.
yes, that's what I'm talking about. So like that's when you take experience and technicality and creativity and blend it. And listen, I don't think these tricks will expose him to as much damage as some of the tricks that he did before. But if
Oh,
you
for
were
sure.
somebody that doesn't know how to do these tricks, you will
You'll
be
get hurt.
so hurt.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, to say
You're
the
gonna die.
least. Holy cow, man. Holy cow.
I've been talking to Spook about it, because his local skate park, or one of his local skate parks, is super similar to mine. But at the end of this section, like the two enders, remember where he does like he puts his front wheel, like the toe wheel, into like that little crack and like spins around.
That's my
There's,
favorite
like-
part, dude.
There's like and I reached out to Spook. I was like, hey, your park that has some of the same obstacles. I was like, are there
Hold on,
little
hold on.
holes?
Can we please just back this up? I mean, come on, just back that up a little bit, please, Spook. Like that is no like what he just did. Does that switch up, and then he just landed on negative? Just that one, the one that comes right now. Come on, negative to soul to alley to negative.
Dude,
Nintendo.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, right? Jesus.
yeah,
Wow.
this section was inspiring as hell, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Ooh, that looks like a fun
Yeah.
rail.
And
So yeah, who
imagine,
knows?
I mean,
Maybe he'll be on the
props
team.
everybody that filmed it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But imagine if Wes Anderson was the one filming this too. Like this thing will be like,
Oh yeah,
you
we
know,
just talked
like-
about these
like-
clips.
come on.
Goodness
Hell yeah.
gracious. Ugh.
That's one
Yeah, I
that I
wanna-
clip a lot, dude.
I want to
Wow.
try and get out to. I've never. No, I don't think I've ever been to Nevada in general. I might have driven through on a road trip, but I want to get out to Las Vegas, because they got a ton of like concrete parks. But
Yeah.
that's where he lives, out in Las Vegas. I would love to try and link up and just skate with him. And
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Man,
Yeah.
it'll be so fun. Honestly,
Whoa.
like look at that.
Oh
Oh
my
my god.
God.
Like you see, and
But
this
yeah,
is what I'm
he's-
talking about, Sean. Like there's an appreciation that you have
look at that.
that I wanna pick
Goddamn.
on. Like you see,
So
we were talking
good.
about precision and
Mhm.
fluidity and how
Oh,
this is it. This is now I can talk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
he possesses all of that.
This is the thing, dude. That this thing. Oh,
Dude, like the precision of that, literally slid and stopped right right where he needed to. Like, come on.
Oh
so
my
good,
God,
so
dude.
good, man. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So there's
Wow.
like at the local ski park by me, there's like these little holes of concrete, or like I'm guessing it's from like the winter, the water getting in there and freezing and
yeah.
and thawing out and freezing and thawing out. But the concrete cracked and like so there's these little holes. I don't know what they were for. Maybe it was for like where the rebar was or something.
Right.
But there's a little hole next to this ledge, and there's multiple holes throughout the park. If you go around and look for them, like
Yeah.
the little concrete they capped it off with, it's like broke off.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to do a trick like that. I haven't got it yet, but you know, it's like this tiny little hole where
Yeah,
like, you know,
wild.
Is
Yeah.
this kind of like thing that break your mind? Like, oh, I wanna try to do this and see how it moves. Is that because I'm into a lot of climbing. I'm into a lot of movement on my body, and everything that we're talking about. It really takes me there, and it you know, this precision of movement things that. And I know you were a Ninja Warrior. Can you tell us about that? Like, is this the brain that took you there? Like, just trying to find this kind of stuff?
Yeah, like well, I mean, so you just said you climb and stuff. I mean, I used to climb too when I was doing Ninja Warrior. Like I used to do at the same time, like a you know, a lot of the people I trained with at the Ninja Gym, they were all into bouldering and stuff too. So I'd also hit the you know the climbing gym, but man, I miss that. I wish the climbing gym wasn't so damn far. But that's like the cool thing about, you know, when they reset stuff every other week or whatever, and there's a new route on the wall and you're over here trying to figure it out, you know, and like that's kind of how it is when like you're figuring out the mechanics of, dude, I look like an idiot out there. I know I don't know what I'm, you know, I'm over here trying to get my toe wheel into this hole. A lot of times I miss it, and like I'm over here like I just miss it and slip out and fall on my ass, and but
the little kid passes by looking at you like, what is this weirdo doing?
Yeah, this guy's a psychopath. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he doesn't even see the hole, so I just look like I'm like, you know, super should not be skating. You know, like this.
Super not having a good set.
Yeah. Like, are you okay, sir?
You want me to call your kid?
Runs over with an ice pack. You know.
Grabs
how
yonder
long
cane.
did you do that for? Did you compete it seriously? Like, what's up?
Yeah. I mean, like I was, I got kind of I was barely skating at the time. There's never been a point where I quit skating, but I just kind of put skating at the back burner when I was, you know, I was married for a couple years, and like, I never really, I still kind of don't, but like, I didn't really watch that much television or that much TV, so I didn't even know about Ninja Warrior. I'd heard of Sasuke or whatever the Japanese show is called. I'd heard of that before, but forgot about it, you know. And then I guess whatever, how many years later they did American Ninja Warrior, you know, the American version of it. And like I came when I was married, like my ex-wife, like her parents, like they turned their house into like a duplex, so we lived on like the bottom level, you know, because we were living there really cheap. We were just trying to save money, or the plan was to save money and, you know, down payment on the house, but that kind of didn't happen. But I came upstairs one time because her mom would always invite us upstairs for dinner, and I come upstairs and her dad's sitting on the couch watching Ninja Warrior. I'm like, what the hell is this? Because I've never seen it before, and he's like, it's American Ninja Warrior. You've never seen this? And I like come and I like sit down with him, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I was like, and then I was like, yeah, it's crazy. And I was like, and I was watching. I was like, I could do that. I mean, a lot of people watch it and they're like, I could do that, you know, and it's a very humbling experience when you get to a ninja gym. I mean, a lot of stuff I could do, you know, but not all of them, obviously. Like, I remember the first time I went to there was one ninja gym in Illinois already. The very first one that had opened up there. So like in the Illinois area, I'm considered one of the OGs in the ninja scene or whatever. Even though I don't really do it anymore, but because I went to that gym before it closed, you know, I'm part of that crew. But yeah, like I the main reason I started getting into it, like I ended up getting divorced, and I think I had only I haven't even been to a ninja gym yet when I got divorced. Like I built a salmon ladder in my backyard there, like when I was still married. Like yeah, there I'm trying to remember it all. Like there was a tornado that tore apart this skate park in Grays Lake. And so there was all this wood. And I went and got the wood from the skate park I grew up skating in. And I built like a the worst salmon ladder ever, and I fucked myself up on it, you know. And because I just was way too cocky, I was way too confident or whatever, and like I didn't so I was really scared for a long time. I didn't try the salmon ladder, you know, which was stupid. I shouldn't have been so confident on my crappy. Like I built the worst salmon ladder ever and never tried it. And I'm over here just thinking like, yeah, I got this, and like just landed on my back, dude, and like fucked myself up. But and I remember when I built it, and my now ex-father-in-law, he was laughing while, like, he kept making fun of me and stuff, but like he watched as I was building the stuff, because he gave me the green light to go ahead and build it in the backyard. He didn't care. And then when I finally had it built, and I guess he was watching when I tried it the first time, and he saw me eat shit. He walked outside and asked if I was okay, but I guess I heard him laughing from the window because he saw me like when I fell. But that kind of fired me up, you know what I mean? And so like even after I got divorced, I was like, that was my motivation, was to prove him wrong. Because when I was watching with him and I said I could do it, and he's like, you can't do this, and I was like, the fuck I can't, you know? And like, so I mean, I didn't get shown on the show, but I did finally get the call to compete, you know, because you send in a submission video. So I do have the video of me competing, because another ninja like bootlegged it. Like that's the only way to get the video if they don't show you, is to film it while you're actually doing it. Like film one of the TV monitors while they're filming. And obviously the video would say that I can't do it either, but like I was so confident. I knew that I could do all those obstacles, but I underestimated that second one. Like I didn't pay enough attention to it, and that fucked me over. But and that the year that I got invited to do it, I competed on my birthday. So like that night was my birthday. Yeah. And they wanted the whole thing to be about, because they really don't care about how good of a ninja you are or how good of an athlete you are. It's all, I mean, a little bit. They don't want you to be like, you know, they want you to have some, you know, athleticism.
Yeah.
But more than anything, the thing they care the most about is your story, because they want your grandma watching the show. They want your neighbor watching the show. They want everyone to like be able to relate to something or someone on the show. And the year I got a call was because I came home from work one day and Bijou had slipped a disc in his back, and I came home and he was paralyzed. You know, and I ended up like dipping into my 401k and like took out like a $6,000 loan to like get him back surgery. And the whole video was about like Bijou breaking his back and learning how to walk again. And I said that was my motivation to like, because the year before that, like two or three different years, I drove. The only other way to get on the show, if you didn't get calls, was to like drive out to whatever city they're at and go there days before the filming. And literally there'd be people camping out, you know, and just waiting. You sleep over there, like
that's wild.
And you basically be like a hobo for days, you know, just rolling the dice on maybe you'll get like, and because they take like 30 walk-ons, but usually only like half the walk-ons get to actually try. Like if it rains and they have to dry the course off, they send like 3 or 4 walk-ons through to make sure it's not slippery. So you might not even you might not even get like
the front lines,
like a non messed up, you know, you're a test dummy. And when they start filming, and I don't even think they do this anymore because COVID changed everything. But when they used to do this, like when they started filming, and that's the other thing a lot of people don't know. They film. I haven't watched a show since I stopped competing. But like at least back when I was doing it, it was always outside, and they always film it at night. You know what I mean? Because I think the first 2 seasons they did it in the daytime, and it just didn't look that cool. So they switched it to like nighttime so they could control the lighting and do like purple and blue lights. And when someone falls, everything turns red, you know, and it just looked way cooler. So they don't start filming until like the sun goes down, you know. So you check in at like 8 o'clock or 8:30. I checked in at like, I want to say 8:30, I didn't end up running until like 5:30 in the morning.
Oh.
You know, yeah, and they told me to have one of my friends bring a birthday cake because they were gonna have like one of my friends walk out with a cake with candles lit on it and have the whole crowd sing happy birthday to me.
Oh my god.
And I didn't want. I don't think does anyone like happy birthday being sang to them? Like, I don't know. I didn't want that. You know what I mean? But I didn't want to like fight them on it. So I was like, okay, you know. And
all right.
so my friend Lene, like my friend's wife bought the cake, drove it all. You know, my mom, my little brother, couple of my best friends and their wives, and my little brother, they all drove out there to support me. And that's why I was so mad that I fell on like the second obstacle. You know, they waited all night. I was like the fourth or fifth to last person to compete. So they waited all night to watch me. But like the thing is, like, they told me that it was all about my birthday. They liked the story about Bijou. But the reason I think I got blacklisted from the show because they didn't want me to be Ninja Blader. You know, like, because a lot of people come up with a name for the show.
Yeah.
And like my name on Instagram I came up with Ninja Blader 3 or 4 years before I ever even got the call to compete.
Yeah.
So that was my handle, you know what I mean? But like the whole reason I did it, besides proving my ex-father-in-law wrong, I wanted to get blading in the limelight, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I wanted, like, even if it was just a glimpse of like, you know, just showing someone on rollerblades.
Yep.
And they didn't like that idea. They're like, well, rollerblading's not cool. And I was like, exactly, you know, like, I was like, I know it's not cool. Because at the time, it really wasn't cool. But, I mean, shit, they could have been a trendsetter because, I mean, it definitely had its spike a couple of years later with COVID. But this was 2018 that I competed, you know, so. But they didn't want me to be Ninja Blader, and I lied to them. And I said that, because you're supposed to get your nickname and your shirts approved. You know, you're supposed to get shirts made for your family or your support crew that's there to wear. You're supposed to get them all approved because they're going to be on TV, so you have to make sure it's good. I lied to them and said, well, I just spent $500 on shirts that say Ninja Blader. And they're just like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. And I was like, sorry. And then he's like, and he's like, all right. He's like, it's fine. You're Ninja Blader. And like, there was like no more, because like you work with a producer back and forth on emails and they're developing your story. Yeah. And he was all gung-ho about Bijou, you know, breaking his back and it's your birthday. And he's like, he didn't want it to be about Ninja Blader. He's like, rollerblading's not that cool. I want it to be about your dog and your birthday. I was like, well, what if I kill it on the course and I come back next year? Like, it probably won't be my birthday. And hopefully Bijou will be like, you know, good as new. But, you know, he'd already been healing up, but like,
that's funny.
I hope he doesn't break his back again, you know? And I was like, it's very easy to work in. Like, I was like, I was pushing it, you know? I was like, they don't like, you know, it's Hollywood. They want you to just listen to them.
That you even have to do any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, that's what it turned me off. It turned me off, dude. You know what I mean? The whole process.
Taking that sense, you know, because like you're supposed to be a professional athlete in that setting, right? And look at what it really was, right? Yeah. What does being a professional rollerblader mean to you?
I'm not a okay. I was like, I've never been I took that totally wrong, my bad.
I mean, it could be, because like for me, for example, I don't think I'm a pro athlete rollerblader, but I'm definitely professionally at rollerblading.
Yeah. I definitely think the definition, like a lot of things in life, but I think it's changed. You know what I mean? It obviously doesn't mean the same thing anymore. You know what I mean? Because I think it's someone who's just pushing the sport for, you know, in a positive way, and they're presenting skating in a very cool way, in a positive way, and they're showcasing it to people in a way that's, I mean, am I allowed to use the word professional in the definite, like, but presenting it in a professional way, you know what I mean? And like, I think back in the day, that was one of like the biggest goof ups, you know, when we had a lot of pros just getting fucked up, like, you know, in videos or, there's certain videos where it's whatever, like, you know what I mean? If you knew that's what you were buying, but in certain videos where you weren't expecting it and they're just them partying, you know what I mean? Or just being like,
the first thing that
I don't
comes to
know.
mind is it Valo for Life, where it opens up with someone cutting themselves. That was harsh.
Oh yeah,
That one
that
was
was
hard to
Gumby.
see.
That was oh yeah, I watched when you watched it on the stream.
Yeah.
You're like, what is this?
Oh,
I think you skipped it, right?
I did. Yeah, that's
Like,
triggering,
yeah.
man. That's hard to see.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, because like, you know, that's Michael Broad. That's Gumby. Like, he's like a genius. The guy's like,
He is.
Hey,
he's like,
it's pushing the boundaries. It's just hard to watch.
He's a lawyer now. He just passed the bar a couple years ago.
Wow.
I was talking to him at, I was catching up with him at Blading Cup, and he's like an employment lawyer. So like he like stands up for, like, you know, people that were like wronged by their employer and stuff like that. And
Wow.
super good dude. But yeah, that was a crazy ass, just weird stuff like that. Like,
It was
I
just
don't
the
know,
time, man. It's like, we're gonna push it to the limit, and that's what people did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it's weird stuff that like kind of slips through the cracks, you know. And, but especially now that blading is not, you know, in the limelight, you got to be careful, you know what I mean? And like, like,
I mean, I don't know how many videos you could put out nowadays with who was it that likes to pee upside down? He just likes to pee in his videos.
that's Andy. That's Andy Cruz.
Andy Cruz just likes to hang himself upside down on a fence and just pee. Okay, and likes to get it on camera. It's like, yeah, I don't know how well that would play
sometimes
today.
He wasn't always upside down either. Sometimes you just turn around and he's peeing on you, you know, like, yeah.
He just
That was
cruising.
his thing.
Yeah, man. Again, I think times are a little different now. I don't think you get away with that as easily. That's
Andy's
funny,
the man, though.
That's great. I mean, see, that's the thing, though. Is like, it's not to say that any of these people are, you know, like, immature now. It's like everybody makes an immature decision at some point in their life, and we were all those kids. And I think something about just that time for extreme sports, all of them, everybody was doing that type of stuff. And you know, it's like, it's easy to look back at some of the stuff and be like, oh, that's cringy, but I think there is still a lot of good ways to break down some of the things, like destroy all girls, you know, if that's what it was, right, with Arlo.
Yeah.
See, that
stuff
that
like
one
that. It's like, don't get me wrong,
that one was so obviously a joke, you know.
Right.
That one that doesn't really bother me because it's so.
Yeah, and yeah,
like anyone that really breaks that down is sexist. Like, no,
it's the
like,
lightest example.
Arlo did that to get attention,
to be
you know what I mean?
provocative.
Like, it was like, yeah, to be provocative, and like he didn't actually mean that.
It gets the people going.
Because we cannot take things from another era and place it within our era as if it was within the current context of our culture. I'll be completely ignorant, you know, like, but he's still like pushing the trend, you know, like even with these drugs recipes and everything that he's doing now. He's just that person. His edge is a little bit more on the edge than most people.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he understands marketing, dude. Like, that's
he does. Yeah, he does.
That's just how it is. Like, he's also like honestly, when you say Gumby, I want to say Gumby like 10 times more, because I don't think people talk enough about that dude. But
he's one of the craziest of all time, dude.
Yeah, dude, honestly. And if you think Arlo on his time, he was one of the craziest of all time at that time, you know. It's like, we have brilliant people, man. We have brilliant people in the community.
Absolutely.
Here is the dog again.
I was going through. Obviously, I don't know why I even like looked around in my closet, but I was like, what shirt am I gonna wear? You know, and like, I for a little while I was thinking about like doing wardrobe change. Like, I decided not to because it's so damn late. But like, originally I was gonna be like, I need to go to the bathroom and like come back.
With, like, for sure. You know, I love it.
Different, yeah. But I decided against it. But when I was looking at the stuff, I mean, this is like some of like the old, you know, because Arlo was like the main artist for Franco Shade for a while. You know, like this was before drug receipt.
Way before, like, and still trendy. Like, that was pushing back then, dude.
Oh yeah.
And this is fucking dark, but I love dark humor like that. But can you, like, the crazy shit that it says, like, why try, no joy.
Quitters never lose.
Yeah,
Quitters
and he'd
never
always
lose.
have, he'd always have like the news, like just hang yourself, man, just give
I
up. Like,
love it.
Yeah, he's.
Fucking
I
crazy,
love the
dude.
sarcastic black humor stuff.
Yes.
but it's like this, it's this like maroon pink, like it's super
It's
bright
cool.
and happy looking shirt. I'm like, hell
I
yeah.
love the
beautiful.
way that he finds thrift shirts and then prints over them. I think that's such
Oh,
a
yeah.
cool idea.
Yeah. I've definitely thought about stealing that idea, just like putting the F4W logo over some really
Same,
cool.
man.
Hey, Subaru
Yeah.
sometimes does it too. Oh my god, yeah.
It's cool though.
Hey, Spook, what are you thinking? Should we go with the pitch in the comments?
Oh yeah, dude, we got
Questions
so
or
many
the
chat
fast five?
questions. We've had people asking about the chat questions, so let's just start asking some of them. I'm gonna start with some of Tree's questions. First one really
Oh, yes.
isn't a question as much as it's just like a statement. He says, "I want feet and four wheels shorts."
Oh,
and also
Sure.
he would buy a Logan style F4W button up shirt if for Logan if he did that drop.
Take my
Oh.
money.
But first question from Tree: if you were to get a pro Grawl, what color would it be?
Orange, all orange. Like,
Orange.
It's funny he said pro Grawl, but like, and Spook, that's one of the reasons I think I ended up clicking with you, like connecting with you so organically and so quickly,
Favorite
like
colors.
because we both have like this affinity for orange, the color
Yeah, dude.
orange.
Oh yeah.
You really like Mac Miller,
Yeah.
and you're just like a joyous, positive person. Like, but like, I mean, I like a lot of colors and stuff, but I've always like, really like orange. But I'll go back and I'll search it. But like, I think there's a post in Rolligion from like 10 years ago, and someone's like, if you could have like your dream skate, what would it be? And I was like, all orange Grawls.
That's great.
Yeah. Like that's probably like the most offensive thing like anyone else could like. I don't know why anyone believed me. Like if I said that today, they'd think I'm joking. Because like it's like the most offensive skate, like the most offensive color.
Yeah, Hunter Orange Grawl. Yeah, that would that'd sell real well.
No, it would have been like orange, like
It's like
tangerine
tangerines.
orange, like
yeah. Oh, I like this orange is a
I
lot
want
more
that hoodie.
palatable. Absolutely.
you don't like that hoodie.
I just
Jason?
want it.
No, he wants this
Oh.
hoodie. Yeah. Oh, don't
I
worry,
just
they'll be
want it.
available. Don't you worry.
Spook, give him the hoodie.
I do have another one, man. That's right. I'll give you
You've
one.
worn it
I have
enough.
two. Yeah, I've worn it enough.
worn
Gotta
it
pass it on. I'll get you one, man. I'll get you one. Also, does Noah have to send you anything? Actually, you could slip it in with that package.
Oh, then yeah, you should just give it to Noah.
I gotta meet up with him anyway. Anyway, we'll
Yeah.
keep moving. Another one from Tree. What are some of the things y'all talked about in the car at ramping camp? And we kind of touched on that. But man, we
Good
talked.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, and Taco Bell. We talked about narcissistic personality disorder a good bit.
Yes, we did.
We talked about mental health in general. Man, we talked about, like, I probed you about just a lot of blading history. None of it I truly could pinpoint to these conversations, but a lot of the things I know are just from you in general, and I do remember a decent bit. Like, I know 616, you taught me about 616 in the car there, and I was just,
Yeah.
like, blown away that Michigan had any kind of history, and that we did the streams after that.
And that is your area code, right?
Yeah, my area code is 616.
Yeah,
It just, like, hearing that, it was just like, I just had no idea. I thought it was just a coincidence.
Do you
But
do you
talked
know
about
that six? You probably don't, but do you know 616? The clothing company. Like well, I was gonna say they were the only company to have a booth at every single Bitter Cold, but
wow.
that's not true. They didn't have a booth at this year's.
The last
didn't-
one.
they didn't- Yeah, but they were a sponsor or had a booth at every. They were the biggest company that was at that very first one where the booths were free.
Okay. My cousin
And
was
actually-
was getting like free clothing from them for a little while. I guess he was on Modern's aggressive inline team for a little while. I forget what
Who was
years.
your cousin?
Scotty. I forget his mother's maiden name.
You are the worst cousin ever.
How could you forget that? But yeah, no, I don't think he was super prevalent. You might have met him a few times, but
Kingsley,
It
you
was
guys are
definitely
right.
not
He was humping.
Pippen.
He was humping the shit out of you.
It was definitely
Um,
not Scottie Pippen.
no, I would know that.
Should I throw
What
the
did I
fast
say?
five? You got more?
Oh, do we got more? Yeah, we got more. Slim Skatey. Let's see. Let's start with Slim Skatey's questions. We got 2 from him. How often do you skate? And I guess it's one of the questions we will answer with Fast 5. Do you prefer street or park? We'll save that one. But how often do you skate, Sean?
Not enough.
That's always the right answer.
I try to get out once a week if I can. It's not always aggressive. Sometimes I just go for a cruise just to say that I did skate this week. But then there's other weeks where sometimes I get out and aggressive skate twice or 3 times, you know, and it really all just depends on, I mean, I almost always skate on my day off, but my job is pretty physical, so sometimes I just get off work and it's pretty late or I'm pretty like zapped out, you know, but I need to skate more, and I'm working on that.
What do you do nowadays for work?
I work for Dr. Pepper.
We were just talking about Dr. Pepper, Mariah, and I did not know that Dr. Pepper was independent and then Keurig came along about them. I always thought they were Pepsi.
Yeah, everyone I've argued with, or they've argued with me. Like customers always tell me like,
it's Pepsi. No.
Like someone the other day, because I guess Dr. Pepper is like the number 2, or no, number 1. I don't remember what it was. Like, yeah. Dr. Pepper's like the number 1. I don't know, it was 1 or 2 now. I'm questioning it. But they're like super high up, and they like some guy told me that the other day, and I was like, no, it's actually because he told me that Pepsi owns Dr. Pepper, and I'm like, in my fucking uniform, like putting I was like, actually, it's independent. It's owned by Keurig and not owned by Pepsi. And he's like, yes, it is. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like,
I'm not doing this today.
You know?
I just got off the phone with Clark about AO Unity. Now this. Yep.
About what?
Nothing. We're not talking about it. Next question. Slim Skatey asks, do you have any plans for your YouTube channel, like YouTube streams? You have a lot of great knowledge and life experiences. I could see you doing some stuff like drug receipts for F4W marketing. Well, look at that. It's all connected.
The weirdest thing is, like, I've had multiple people say, hey, you should start a podcast. One, because like I know, like I'm a fucking nerd and I know a bunch of Blade stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, people think I'm funny or entertaining or whatever it may be. But I'm like, this is the first time I've ever done some sort of video stuff like this, you know? And
I'm honored. And some Ben stuff. You've been on Ben.
I'm honored. Times. Thank you for having me on, you guys. But
of course.
I mean, I'm nervous right now. Like because you know, it's like my first day of kindergarten, you know, like I'm like Shab's first day at school, you know. I don't really know what I'm doing right now.
I hate to imbue this sense of nervousness in you, but there is just a base level of nervousness going into every stream. I'll just let you know that now. Every single stream, you start off with the base level and then it sinks away. I don't know if you felt that as we've been going, but for me, it always starts the first 15 minutes. I'm like,
feeling a lot more comfortable now.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. And then once you warm up, it starts to feel really natural. But the first 15 minutes of almost every single stream, I'm like, all right, is everything running? Like, can I, like, all the things actually working succinctly? So many thoughts run through your head. And then you actually have to start interacting with people. And then you forget all the things go one way out the other, you know? So.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, am I present enough? Am I present enough? Am I present enough? And I have all these things happening around me. Like, and my life is crazy right now. I'm focused. Like, the first 15 minutes, I'm like, I'm nerve-wracked. It doesn't show, but, or maybe people see it, but I think everybody does it. So it's cool. I think it's important, too, that you mentioned it and that you gave us the space to actually talk about that, dude, honestly.
I do, for sure.
I wouldn't rule it out. Like, I have thought about doing some sort of I mean, it's so hard to get people all in the same room, but I would love to, you know, and you guys are, like, everyone, you know, you guys are leagues ahead. You know, Ben's got a head start on Jump Street's got a head start on it, but I wish blading had like a 9 club or a rollerblading version of 9 club, you know, where it was like 4 skaters all just watching stuff, bullshitting, you know, and like fucking, you know, just throwing in their 2 cents on things. And hey, you guys, can I step outside for a minute? Like, BJ's really got to pee.
Go for it.
That's him knocking into the tripod.
Yeah, okay. We'll play some stuff.
I'll be right back. I promise I won't.
I
fall down the
promise.
stairs.
Yeah, no stairs.
There's only like 3 out there, so I'll be all right.
He'll be fine,
I'll be here.
guys. He'll be fine.
Oh, and actually,
my
I didn't even think about it. I'll still be able to hear you. So
Yeah, we could talk. All right, well, yeah, let me load off some more questions quick.
There
Okay.
you go. Perfect.
Let's see.
Come on, put some
Oh,
good ones. Let's go back.
Are we gonna see any Sean sections? That's another one from Slim Skady.
Okay, so like, maybe. I'm definitely gonna put together. Like, I just turned 40 last day of April, whatever it is, almost 2 months ago. You guys can still hear me, right?
I think we're losing you.
Yeah, I think we might have to go back to that question when he comes back.
Be affiliated with F4. Like, I'm kind of I'm still planning out.
He's a robot. He's gone.
Yeah, I mean, you wanna just mute him for a little bit until he's back online?
Yeah, he'll reconnect. He'll be good to go.
Yeah.
We'll let Bijou do his thing.
There you go.
Yeah, here.
There you go.
But we got a decent amount of questions, man. I'm excited. So many people want to hear from Sean. I really have been excited for this one.
This is good, dude. I'm excited that we're doing this and that. I didn't know it was his first time doing anything on video like this, you know?
Yeah, it's an honor. Rob Thompson's in the chat. He says, I love this. Y'all are entertaining as all get out. What's up, Rob? We were just talking about you. We saw a picture of you on the Daily Bread magazine cover. Grinding that that spiral. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I could hear you guys the whole time. And like, I was out there like talking to you guys and then listening to like what you were saying. I'm like, oh, never mind. They can't see me or hear me anymore.
Yeah.
So at some point, whoops.
Nah, you're good, brother. You're good. Let's see. Let me wind it back real quick. Yeah. So any Sean
Rob,
sections?
did you see the? I was showing Rob's face earlier.
Yeah, I was just talking about that.
It's all connected.
It's all connected. So talk about a Sean section. There will be a Sean Rolligion section. Just so
that's what I was
people
about to
know.
say. Like, I have a bunch of tricks I shouldn't be trying, like that I wrote down on a list that I plan to knock out or at least try this summer.
Yep.
And I don't know. I mean, so I don't know if it'll. I mean, we still haven't talked. Like, you know, this is the brainstorming session right here.
Yep, you're watching live.
Live in the interview, but I haven't had a section in a long time. But I'm determined to put together a full section.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you guys. I mean, like, I don't really care. I'd rather my clips not go to the F4W thing. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to. I'm not on the team. I don't want to put myself on the team. Yeah. And I don't want to be someone who. I'm not going to give myself a pro anything. You know, I'm not pro. You know, and like.
I hear you.
Like, you know.
I respect that.
Yeah. It's like sometimes when I organize like a little event or a little comp and people are like, "Oh, you should skate." I was like, "Okay, so I'm just trying to
so you can
make my own
win
money,
your own
like,
comp." Yeah. or imagine like it's like when Ben enters like LVR. You know what I mean? Like you're knocking out people of your own competition. You know, it's like. Yeah, you might not win, but you really just ruined someone's fucking day.
You ruined my life. I spent $600 on this setup.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I can't wait for Monday. Ben with his crispy factions, you know?
Got him for free.
Maybe clean them.
All right. This kind of piggybacks off this. I'm like... I guess we'll see what you want to say. Did you ever skate that handrail that we were winding up Ben with?
Who's asking this?
This is still from Slim Skady. Slim Skady had 5 questions. There's one more after this.
Should we tell him or?
You can tell him whatever you want, man. It's up to you.
We kept
it on the down low for a little while, but we're gonna go back. I guess
there's enough. He's in the Philippines. We can say it now, right?
Yeah, because he's not gonna go.
Okay. That's one of the most spontaneous things I've ever done. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's wild.
Like me and Ben were arguing on one stream. He's like, Sean, do not go to that rail. Do not go, because we were like literally planning out like, hey,
In the
like,
chat.
in the live stream or in the live chat, like
Should we do this?
we were coordinating like, should we go do it this weekend? You know, and he's just losing his mind. Ben was like, do not do that rail, you know, because like when he heard no one had ever done it before, he was like, oh shit. He's like, I'll come do it. And like, but I was already asking Jason where that rail was.
Right, yeah.
Like he posted that like a week before.
Right.
Mhm.
I think in
Yeah, we were all like,
Rolligion
let's
or-
go.
Yes.
Yeah, something. He posted it some other time. I asked him where it was, so it wasn't like I was trying to like, you know, like.
But he was
poo-poo
trying to
on
beat
Ben's
you to the
parade.
punch, and he was under the impression you were trying to beat him to the punch. So it's just like,
Yeah, it wasn't.
well, now it's a competition.
Yeah, Ben, if you're watching this, I did not land the rail yet.
Man, yeah,
Um,
but you that thing, like, there's just nothing I can do to get to show, like, do justice to how freaking crazy that rail is. It is
That
like
the fastest rail I've had. I
Oh
blame
my
Clark.
God.
50% of the blame goes to Clark
in his soul plates.
because they were like brand new faction souls and like, and the rail was so fast. I've never.
oh my
Literally,
God.
I got on it and just like fucking. It was like dice rolling.
We were
right?
putting
Like, I literally
we were
like.
putting dirt
fucking
on it.
rolled
We
up.
put like 40 stickers on it. We were trying to
We were
everything to slow this
frantically-
thing down.
Did you film? Do you have footage of that?
I
'Cause your
do.
camera was still filming.
I do.
Okay.
I got footage of
Yeah.
that. We'll go back. We're
well,
gonna
I mean,
make it happen, but
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But like, there was, dude.
What a
We were
rail.
because he had to go pretty soon. He had
Yeah,
to
I had to
drive.
leave.
What was your drive? 2.5 hours?
3 hours. Yeah, no, I had to bounce because
3
Mariah
hours?
needed the car because she had to be places. So
You
it's like,
have
we
to
have
leak
to do this.
a sneak peek at one point of these guys. You have to leak some kind of sneak
Oh, we
peek
will.
about this.
Oh,
'cause-
we will.
oh my god.
It was wild.
You
I'm
want to
just
show? One, do
excited.
you have one of the attempts loaded up? Or?
So the hard drive that everything that it was on, I
Oh,
have a
okay.
backup of some of the footage, but that hard drive got lost. I have to
For sure.
actually my whole 4 terabyte hard drive. I have to get that professionally looked at, which is great, but I should still have
What-
that footage
what-
somewhere.
I hope so.
I do too.
It doesn't matter because I didn't land it, but those were. I took some gnarly falls on that fucking thing.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
Yeah, I leaked the
Uh,
butt slide. That's right, Jason. I forgot about that.
the butts.
Yeah,
oh,
when
yeah.
Jason-
Jason is the. Jason, that rail is a ABD now because Jason butts the shit out of that rail. Both cheeks.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He credit carded that rail.
He blessed that rail.
He went like 400 miles an hour too. Anyway.
Yeah, it slid that fast on his butt. Imagine how fast it is on faction
Oh
souls.
my god, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let you talk. I gotta go to the bathroom quick. I'm gonna bring up this next question, let you guys run through it, and I'll be back in a few seconds. But what has been the biggest challenge in starting F4W? We've talked about this a few times, so I'm comfortable stepping away. But I am excited to hear what you have to say when I rewind all of this. Give it to him. The thumbs up.
Well, one is that I'm broke and I have no money, so that fucking makes it hard. But but if there's a will, there's a way. Am I right? Other than that, like, it just kind of sucks. I could be totally wrong and inside my own head, but like, it's hard for if you're kind of a nobody or an unknown starting a company these days, because like, you know, like if there's like a pro skater or even if it's a retired pro skater just coming back to launch something, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't plan to just do clothing. Like the plan is to start small and build up into my other ideas, you know? And that's, I didn't even really explain it that much further earlier, but F4W is not going to be just clothing anymore. It's more so just going to be like an umbrella with multiple things going on underneath it. You know, F4W is almost going to be like a distribution. You know what I mean? It's going to, you know, I'm still going to try and find distribution for it, but essentially F4W is going to be an umbrella with multiple brands underneath it. And some of the brands will be fake. You know what I mean? Like Good Sesh. I'm thinking of like Good Sesh as being its own, because I'm gonna do another line with like, you know, Good Sesh hats, Good Sesh hoodies, and it won't be just that. It'll be like, you know,
Take my money,
different.
please.
All right. But like I look at Good Sesh as like a fake company within a real company. You know what I mean? And same. I plan to do another Millhouse drop. You know. and so to be, and I did not expect, Shane Coburn fucking loved the mining, he loved the Millhouse shirt, and I was not expecting him to be that. When you make something, you don't even know how anyone's gonna react. But I definitely did not expect him to be like, he gave me like some really kind words. Not just the mill, like he said he really liked the F4W logo, and I didn't know, but like he made the original Dam logo. So like that, I'm sorry, he made the original Pawn logo that
really?
turned into Dam. Yeah, and he's like, I really like that Dam, the Dam hat. He's like, I made that logo. I was like, no, I'm ranting. Why the hell did I start talking about Shane?
We're talking about
imaginary. Millhouse. But yeah, like I plan to do. I got some. I don't want to say too much, but like, the future of F4W. Like I'm gonna have a big focus on like. From the gig, I haven't really done it yet, but I'm gonna have a big focus on intertwining comedy into blading. Like as far as the content that we're gonna make, I want to, because some of the shirts I've made have been kind of silly. You know what I mean? I'm trying to like stay on kind of a light, light humored. Shit. It's not that serious. We're fucking, 30, 40-year-old dudes on rollerblades. You know what I mean? So like,
it cannot be serious. It's gonna be
yeah, you know what I mean. So like, I want to, obviously, I want to make stuff that's cool looking and worth wearing. I'm self-aware enough to know when like something looks like dog crap, but I want to make something that's nostalgic, but I don't want to completely just, I don't want to go and, print knockoffs of, the exact same shirt that you used to wear 20 years ago. I want it to be inspired by that, but have some sort of a twist that's kind of funny about it, so I don't want to say too much, but like I got a bunch of ideas, and that's part of the reason I tapped in.
Creating the foundation.
Yeah,
it has been the hardest.
It all makes sense. Like the next following year, like I tapped into Spook because he's really, really good with like video editing and just and he understands my weirdness and like my idea. Like I don't get weird looks when I explain some of my
I don't
ideas
just
to him. He's
understand it. I appreciate it. I love it.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
Good.
Dude, like he has that ability, and Spook, this is your time now to take it. Spook has that ability. He has that ability to listen to somebody and be like, oh. And then you see the video and you're like, wow, dude, that looks first that it didn't cost you no effort. And second, it's like so like I'm there and fresh, And third, it was like, oh, you can tell when he puts it together that he already knew what he was wanting to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's true, yeah. That's true.
He's passionate about what he does. You know what I mean? And 100%. It shows.
Yeah, thanks,
100%.
Guys. For sure.
100%. But
we
Sean,
love you, Spook.
This thing about yes, we do, dude. This thing about comedy in blading, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we should more. I mean, and I'm saying we because I feel like I've heard and I've had so many conversations about this, and yet maybe you are the first person that I hear and see that is doing something semi-seriously about it. Dude, I'm so down to see some more comedy into blading in a serious way, like in a deep way. I smirk in such a big, like my soul rejoices when you say these things about like, oh, I want this to be a fake company within the company.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, all my crazy ideas just were like, what if we do this like crazy company that is supposed to do lubrication only for bladers, blader lubrication company, and you create these funny logos and you can make all these funny things. Or like, when you land on a trick and you do what Jason did on this rail, don't worry, this wax will keep you lubricated. Stuff like that,
Yeah, dude, I like the parody commercial stuff. We gotta brainstorm what we want to do, but we're definitely gonna do that for Rolligion.
I got stuff like a parody commercial for the next good sesh drop.
Yeah, we talked about remaking an old 90s, what was it, a Capri Sun commercial or whatever, where they like turn into like goop Was that you?
Was that for Good Sesh or was for that something else? That might have been some other idea I had.
Oh no, it was a different
think-
commercial. Yeah. It was. I'm pretty sure it was like it was an actual skate commercial, but you wanted to remake it anyway. One of those. It's a great idea.
And I got like the next Fakey drop. Like I want Fakey to be like a fake company within a real company. So there's gonna be another Fakey drop.
I love
And
that.
I'm really
I love
excited. Ben was helping us out with I tried when I first I'm actually happy that it didn't work out because like I said, when I dropped the Fakey shirt, a lot of people didn't understand it, went over heads. So this shirt getting out, still a lot of people don't know about my company and haven't seen the shirt, but enough people have. So there's people out there who can like set people straight when they're like saying it says fake or whatever. But
Yeah.
so Ben, I tapped into Ben for, you know, I'll just say what it is because like me saying it doesn't really matter. But like if you YouTube 90s, or no, it wasn't 90s. Yeah, it was 90s Nike basketball commercial. Like I want to do a spoof on that commercial, but it's going to be like the plan was to have like Ben went to the basketball court and he like was in the Fakey shirt and he filmed a bunch of clips of him like just dribbling and just, you know, getting aggressive with the ball. But it didn't work because he did it by himself. And the plan was to have like in the commercial, somebody's passing the ball to you and then you throw it out of the screen. You know what I mean? So like it kept passing to like someone else and the person is in the center of it the whole time. So it's okay. We're going to go back and revisit it. But like the plan was to get the whole team wearing Fakey shirts, just shredding like a P-rail in like a basketball court, like go, you know, find a basketball court outside and just, you know, and I'll also say Scary Movie 2. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but they did a spoof on that. The same exact thing. They were just dribbling and stuff. But I don't know, man. Like I fucking love parodies and spoofs. You know, like.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I have way more ideas than just parodies and spoofs, but I don't think I'm ever gonna stop that because I think it's so fun. I don't know.
I think it's so fun too, man. Honestly, I really think that. I really, really hope, and anybody that goes ahead and starts doing more comedy into blading, don't worry, we're all gonna still enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Please
shit!
do it.
Is this the clip?
Yeah. Let's see.
I've never seen this before.
Shout out Jason Coverstone. Hold on.
I've never
Uh-oh.
seen. Oh, so he sent it to you?
Yeah.
I've never seen a single
Clip.
clip.
Trying to save it.
Is this the leak?
Because
Are we leaking it right now?
Yeah, the attempts.
I've never seen this.
Hold on. And just
Dude,
full
Les,
screen.
what an idiot.
Oh man, look at this.
I
full
realized that
screen.
my accents made that sound so much funnier than it is. Oh.
Dude, it was
Was
so
that the first-
freaking fast. Yeah, I think these are like the few first ones.
Okay.
Because you
We got
did
really
make it.
close,
You
right?
made it relatively far on there. You made it halfway on one of them, and then I think a little bit further
Yeah, and then
halfway on the next
flew
one.
back.
Yeah, and then
Um,
flew into a stick. Oh man, it was 50 steps. It is so steep.
And it's way steeper than it actually looks.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I remember getting there and be like, huh, this is steep. Like, cause like Jason was telling me it's really steep and I was just like being,
Nah, it's not that big of a deal.
yeah, exactly. And I got there, I was like, this is fucking steep. And so like, even if I did stay on the rail, like that landing would have been, it would have been painful. Like, so Spook had to like start driving back home, you know, 3 hours back to Michigan. And we're also racing against the sun coming down.
Yep.
And I'm freaking out because like we went and warmed up at a few spots before we went there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we went to the skate park. We went to some ledge and waxed the shit out of it and then got kicked out.
Yep.
And then we didn't get very long. And also, I was also doing some landscaping. Like there was tons of thorns and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, didn't I bring? Or no, I don't even think did I bring a saw? we just doing-
Jason
no,
had
it was
some stuff
just
with
with
him,
my hands,
but
right?
yeah, no, we were just using hands and like.
And I
you
broke his
his
broom.
broom. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a nice broom. I'm sorry.
You took his pants.
But yeah, like, so what was it, like 5, 6, 7? I don't know. A handful of attempts, and I switched up the trick a couple times. I was like, maybe if I try this, and it was just as fucking fast. And I was like, fuck, and I'm freaking out because he's like you pushed it, like you were supposed to leave, and you stuck around like another 30 minutes because I was like losing my mind.
Yeah.
And so I'm racing against the clock, like trying to think outside the box. I was like, I wish we had fucking duct tape. And I'm freaking out. And we rubbed like
Everything.
it wasn't mud, but we rubbed dirt on there. That didn't work because it was dry. And I was like, I looked at my car trying to find duct tape, but I was like, I got stickers. So literally me, Jason, and Spook frantically were just peeling. What would you say, like 50? We probably
It had
put
to be at least 50 stickers.
We put 50 fakey stickers just going down. And, it was a good idea in theory, but like that didn't even fucking work.
No, it didn't work at all.
I should have got the matte stickers instead of the glossy ones, but
You skate 4-wheel down?
Were you skating flat
You
at
skate
that
flat?
in that video?
I'm freestyle.
You see, the flat is the only thing that I think would have helped you.
I think this
Yeah,
is
I
like,
could try
I
to
think
slow
this
it
is the
down.
setup. I think it's the same
Yeah.
setup that I did it in.
Yeah,
So-
looks
Yeah.
like it.
If you were flat, at least you can use the I will my brain goes to like just
Yeah,
touch
kinda
the
like-
lid.
Just
And
yeah,
use-
you're
and
right.
use the
That would help. I'm telling you, it's the fastest. My soles were like brand new at the time because I hadn't skated these skates that much yet, and I only skated ledges. And
Yeah.
the funny thing, I was telling them, I was like, this is my first rail I've tried in, I don't know, like 10 years or whatever.
Oh, you're
And
nuts.
Spook looked at me all nervous. I'm like, no, I meant real rail. I've done rails at like skate parks and stuff, but you're looking at me like I was gonna die. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm gonna be okay. But, yeah, it was so fast. It was so damn fast. The stickers didn't help. I was so mad when we left. I was like,
Yeah, man. Well, that's a big boy rail, man. It's not something you first try. If you first try it, you are a different level of skater. That is for sure.
I would love to try it with you.
Hey, man.
oh,
Come to Michigan. Let's do a
I'm gonna
Midwest
go
tour.
back. I'm gonna put duct tape on the rail. Like,
Do skate
You
it
know?
flat.
Skate it flat, and then we'll get some glue sticks.
Skate it flat and use the like if you seen the French brothers when they skate a steep rail, they use
See-
that torso, with the.
but
with
I would
the-
be so scared to just stick on a super long steep rail like that.
Yeah.
and just
If you-
fly
but
down
if
the
you're
rest
sitting,
of the.
If you're sitting back, you won't stick like that.
You gotta lean back like a
If
coffin
you're sitting
slide.
back,
have-
and
You have to lean forward on that rail though.
It's so steep, man. It's so freaking
It's steep, bro.
Oh my god, it's so
It's steep.
Like really nothing does it justice. You really just got to see it, and then you're just
Yeah.
goodness gracious.
No, I
it's-
remember. When he
before-
posted it the first time. It looked way steeper than in this video for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, Jason, thank you for filming that and sending that. But two, that angle does not. It's a hard rail to film. Would you agree,
Oh yeah,
Spook?
for sure. There's not many angles you can hit it from because
'Cause
it's
it's
just shrouded by that
woods.
brush.
Yeah, and there's like thorns. It's all thorns and like
Yeah,
sharp
it's-
stuff on the side.
Yeah.
Because one of the falls, I landed on a bunch of thorns.
Yeah.
Like the first fall, I think
Tore
I
you
was like, oh, these are thorns, and then I spent
Oh.
like 10 minutes just like tearing stuff up.
Yeah,
and,
you and Jason were just going at it. I was like, hey, I have to film that.
Yeah, I will not return after that.
Oh man, yeah.
But I planned. Oh, I'm going back. Like I'm fucking.
Rob Thompson says he's got $20 for the clip, so yeah, we'll call you up,
Oh.
Thompson, when that happens. We'll call you
Really?
Guys
up.
for tricks.
Hell yeah.
Do you have more questions?
Oh yeah, let's keep moving. I keep forgetting. Let's see.
Sorry, I'm getting
Amy's got
hungry
some
too.
questions. I guess we kind of covered this. Where do you want to take F4W? What's the dream for the brand? We talked about that. Great question, Amy. That's a good staple one though. So you
Thank you,
definitely
Amy. We also
can I-
touch base on that.
Can I expand on that just a little bit more? Like,
absolutely.
It's your place, dude.
it's gonna be somewhat of an umbrella, like not a distribution company, but there's gonna be brands within brands, or brands within the umbrella. But like, let's say Shreddy wants to throw a comp, in his area or something like that, or like I said, I'm gonna try and do a small clothing drop, a small drop with each rider. That's going to be the first things that I'm going to knock out. But also, let's say Lorik gets a camera and he wants to he's filming people and he wants to put out a video. Like I'm not like whatever the people on the team, if they have an idea that they're trying to do and they need a little bit of assistance or a little bit of help, I'm going to do whatever I can to try and help them achieve their goal, and help them knock that out. So that's one of the things I'm going to do. But also, and I changed it a while ago. It doesn't say clothing company. If you go on the IG now it says art collective. It says F4W is an art collective. So I'm looking at, like I talked about earlier, like blading is an art form. You know what I mean? And so I'm looking at, even if we're just collaborating on a video, I'm looking at that as art. If I link up with Meta to make a video, we're making art together. You know what I mean? Because we're both pouring our souls into, like, you pour your soul into the skating part. I'm gonna pour my soul into the film. I'm gonna film it as best as I can. I'm gonna pick the best fucking song. I'm gonna edit it as good as I can. That's art. You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell me that's not art.
Yeah. No.
But beyond that, I also I want to just come out with just like, one of the things I want to do is I kind of want F4W to turn into like a collaboration company. Whether that be collaborating with an existing company and coming out with some really weird, funky product drop that no one was expecting, with a really cool video to promote it along with it, or one of the other things besides the riders having their own drops. One of the plans that I have that I can't talk about what I got going on, but there's so many artists that have come out of rollerblading. Like visual, like if you look behind, like on my wall right there, I gotta lift the tripod. Oh shit! Oh fuck!
What happened?
He's falling. Oh, where'd he go? Oh no, where'd he go? We lost
We both
him.
left.
Oh no!
Oh no!
He
Goodbye.
fell down the stairs.
He did again. And we were just having a good sesh.
Oh man, I hope he was wearing his helmet. It's gonna conk his brain.
He wasn't.
Dang. He's working on devices not connected. I've never seen that before.
Huh.
It'll take a second.
He'll come back. What other question you have lined up?
Yeah, let's start talking about the next question. Amy just says, Sean, can I send the pic? We'll have to ask him what the context is for that. I'm not sure. Rob Dark asks, why not feet and 8 wheels? Great question. I
think it's because he skates
freestyle. It has to be.
John,
I think we
why
might.
not feet and 8 wheel?
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys, I am so sorry again.
You're good.
And Biju's over here licking beer off the floor as I dropped the beer.
You're sharing. That's
just
okay.
just to finish, just so that wasn't for nothing. But like, I mean, like these were paintings. These were by like Jeremy Morris, from the KFC crew.
Cool.
Like fucking, whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of really sick artists from from blading's past and present, and I kind of want to just I love art, so I kind of want to just highlight the cool artists that are in the sport or the ones that have come out of it. Yeah, I want to link up with some of them and do very, very small limited edition drops with them, come up with a cool hoodie or shirt or whatever, it doesn't have to be the same product every time, and I want to leave it up to something they actually like, oh, I really like fucking bucket hats, or I like basketball shorts.
I know that Avenue is down to collab. If you reach out to them, I know that Subaru is down to collab. If you reach out to them,
Subaru Adventures, Franco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So his thing is all one-of-a-kind pieces, so you can design all one-of-a-kind pieces for one rider or whatever like that. There's so many artists, like you said, in the community doing so much, and I want to maybe use this second just to highlight that Spook, even though we haven't do the official post for it, Spook is like the resident artist for Get Rolling. So like our intention as an entity is to do as much as we can to promote everything that this guy does that is
Hmm.
amazing, right? And that is serving our community, and to serve as a platform for things that he can also use to use as content, right? And it's an
Yeah.
exchange, right? But at the same time, he's helping us with something that he wanted to do already, which is
Hmm.
videography, and it's an exchange, right? But to do more of that is that what is really what we want to do, but we want to do it like with people that want to serve the community, and Spook want to
Hmm.
serve the community. So for Get Rolling, it's like a service community oriented entity, right? So all of us are like just putting service forward. He wanted to do that already. He was doing it already. Then there's Ana Teresa, who is a painter from Puerto Rico, who is also a blader. She does so much. She's doing murals and all that. She's gonna do like the Mexico tour designs, the Puerto Rico designs, and so on. Because like I'm just picking on the same stream of thought that you have. Like
Hmm.
it's important to highlight all these amazing people that we have in our community that are artists. So I'm really excited to hear you say that.
Dude, it's one of the, like what you talked about earlier. You're like, do you think blading makes you crazy, or just are crazy people drawn to blading? And who knows? It's like the chicken versus the egg. You know what I mean? But but it's definitely like it's definitely observed. You know what I mean? Like I don't know the answer to it, but
But I
I
recognize
think
it.
it's a good it's a good type of crazy. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of um there's just a lot of really cool, creative, crazy people in the sport. You know, and so literally so many of them go on to just be artists. You know what I mean? And I think it's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Um and I was gonna say, oh, and even if it's not me linking up with them to do a product drop, you know what I mean, like a full blown collaboration, I still want to link up with people just to like uh, do like a kind of a catch up video. You know what I mean? Like go through all their past videos, um, and like kind of chop things up and make like a greatest hits montage of like super, showing people that skate now that might not know about this person, just kind of like chop up an edit of them killing it back in the day, and then show what they're up to now, and just show the incredible art they make. You know what I mean? Something like that. But also, dude, I know so many people that they're all video, they're cinematographers now, or they're videographers because they started by just filming blading and making skate edits. There's so many people from Chicago who used to just do all these music videos, for like Twista and Common and Chief Keef and shit like that, and now they're all just, they're chasing their dreams and living their life. And I think that's so fucking cool. And I think that'd be a really, like, for someone viewing the sport outside of blading, that's a cool thing to watch. You know what I mean? Like, oh, wow, I get in this sport, I get to exercise, I have a sense of community, and it kind of like might help me find my purpose in life. That's fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm ranting.
Oh no, you're good, man. You're good.
I agree with that 100%. 100%. Hey,
Um,
why not 4 feet? I mean, feet and 8 wheels.
Oh yeah, I did not answer the question. Um, it's funny because I had like a not an argument, but someone tried to like talk shit to me about it. Uh, so all right, like I said, I changed the name because one, I didn't like the name Fast Forward, but I also really like the logo and the abbreviation F4W. So I was like trying to think, all right, what could I pick as the new full name for F4W, but still have it be F4W so I can use that
that's
logo.
hard, yeah.
And I was dabbling with the idea of like foot forward, like put your best foot forward, but that sounds corny too. Like fast forward I thought fast forward was corny. And then I was like, foot forward is, no, that's not it. And but then I thought, I was like, feet and foot, like, Tree might not agree with this because he just posted those skates with one wheel, but like in my head when I came up with the idea, like once you have four wheels, 2 on each. Whether you were skating 3x3 or 5x5, it becomes a skate once you hit 4 wheels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I like that. I dig it. Honestly, my reasoning was not that, but now I dig it even more.
Yeah, I like that.
I
I
do.
want
That's
to
cool.
I want to I want to tell a story about someone who was talking shit about it, but I don't want it to be negative because like, no, I won't. No. Okay, never mind.
Just shoot him another one, Spook.
Yeah, we'll
Entertain
shoot
him
him
from
another
that.
one. Okay, Libby, you can imagine, has lots of questions, so we'll try to speed them up. What's the favorite product you've ever made?
It's not done yet, but well, obviously, I'm working on a skate boot. I'm working on a skate boot, and that's definitely, yeah. That's going to be. It's taken me a long time to come out with it, but that's going to be my favorite thing I've ever made. But that's not what I'm answering for that. Like, and this also isn't done yet either. It's almost done, but I have a one of one gift that I'm making for a belated. I was working on it before Tree's birthday, but I'm a belated birthday gift for Tree's 40th birthday. And it's one of the coolest things I've ever, like I said, I have ADHD. So like I'll work on it like super hyper focused for like an hour or 2 hours one day. And then I got to go to bed and go to work. And then I forget about it. And then it's all about what the hell I feel like working on. But it's one of the coolest things. It's kind of I don't know, just a tribute to Tree or I love you to Tree. I don't know what to call it, but it's really cool, and I'm really excited about.
Tribute.
A tribute.
Yeah.
I love that.
Would you look at that?
Another one from Libby. Well, we have a few, yeah. Like I said, we'll keep going through from Libby. When you think about playing games of Blade, who was your favorite person in battle?
Not Chris Haffey, that's for sure. I don't know. That's a good question.
Not Eugen for sure.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't know if I have an answer to that, but like, man, people used to get mad at me back in the day because like I did a lot of weird tricks, and I was that guy busting out the weird tricks when you play skate. So like, not that I like kept track and had the record. I'm certainly not that fucking organized, but like I usually like towards the end when it was getting spicy, I'd pull out like the stuff I had on lock that like most people probably had never even tried, and like yeah, like stuff that kind of like ends friendships and stuff like that.
Amazing. I love that. Next one, what's your favorite tattoo and why is it your favorite?
I was like, who asked that?
Libby. These are all from Libby.
Oh shit. Damn.
That's always a hard one.
I can't pick one. Like, I mean,
just show us one.
There you go.
Blade or die.
got that.
Yeah.
And then the little triangle next to it.
Yeah.
Adam Bazidlo gave me that. That's like a stick and poke one. He did that just with a needle.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
He gave that to me at Blading Cup like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago.
Wow. Shout out to Adam.
No. What am I talking? It was a year ago. The Spring Cup, the last Spring Cup. But he was gonna do the F4W logo, and he looked at it. He's like, we were outside. He did it on the sidewalk. He gave CJ a tattoo that day. I was sitting there while CJ's getting a tattoo.
Cool. That's so cool.
But he looked at it. He's like, dude, this is gonna take a while, and like it was looking like it was gonna rain, which it did. And he like gave me like he had like a little sketchbook, and he's like, here, pick anything out of this. And I flipped through, and I picked that just because like I don't know, it just spoke to me. And like when he got done with it, I was like, yeah, this will represent my second Blading Cup, because there's 2 triangles. But then I stopped and like, remember I told you like originally F4W was fast forward.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Bits.
But I'm not gonna show you my fucking chest, but probably the one that that means the most to me is like I got a chest piece that says "Look Alive." I was really depressed at the time, and I got that tattoo as just a reminder. Just to, I don't know, like to not give up and just like, you know, even when you're going through bad days, just to keep your chin up and look alive, you know?
Like that. Look alive. There you go.
I love
Cool.
it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
it.
What's your favorite unique skate product that you own?
Oh, shit. Who said that?
Also Libby. There's 3
Damn,
more
she
from
got good
Libby.
questions.
Yeah.
Randomly, as I was like getting ready today, I was like not thinking clearly, obviously, because I fell down the stairs. But I was like grabbing stuff when I saw stuff. But like, I own Aaron Feinberg's fucking skates from his little comeback. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, this is one of my prized possessions. Like I got the other one too. It's somewhere.
I would hope so.
But yeah, like, you know, he was gifted these from Demetrius George.
What?
And these were like, you know, and he won the Veteran Cup in these.
So cool.
But yeah, I bought those off eBay and spent way too much money on them. And I also have one of Latimer's Shadows, just one. It's like the left one.
Just the left one.
Whoa.
Yeah, that like
That's so cool.
yeah. Good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. Who is your favorite F4W rider and why is it Lorik?
Jesus Christ. Oh, that's still Libby.
Yep.
That's definitely Libby. No comment.
Can't pick favorites. Dad loves all his children. How did Bijou?
I have no favorites either in your team, but honestly, I gotta say, Lorik is.
Lorik's so
as a
sick.
blader, he's just
He's
so
good, man.
deserving
So
of the spot.
clean.
I'm thankful that
He
you
pro-
have him there.
He probably won't be able to do it, but I would love, you know, because he's doing that whole Legoland thing right now. But I would love to try. You know, Gabe's already flying out with his girlfriend for Windy City Riot, and shit, this is
Oh, sick! He's coming out. That's exciting.
yeah, Gabe's coming. But I would love to try and see if Lorik could come out. You know,
Yeah,
like
dude,
flying him out from Canada would have been pretty expensive, but he's in New York right now, so it'd be so cool to like. I don't know his schedule. I gotta reach out and talk to him.
Yeah,
But it'd be cool to get him out for a few days.
for sure.
That'll be sick.
We
That'll
talked
be sick. I would
about
love to see him.
yeah, me too, man. That'd be amazing. We talked about Bijou being paralyzed a little bit. Libby asked, how did Bijou get paralyzed and how did he get unparalyzed?
Oh, unparalyzed. Is that a word?
I have no idea.
It is now.
It is now.
I don't know. I don't know how he got, like, I was probably a bad dad. Like, I used to let him walk downstairs. And like now he doesn't climb upstairs or go downstairs. I pick him up. But he also used to, like, before I bought my house I'm at now, I lived with my buddy, and like Bijou used to just like hop off the couch and stuff like that. So that could have been like, you know, because if he because they have a stretched out backbone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think they also have like a couple extra discs too, but like they're very susceptible to back injury, you know. And so I fucked up. I'm sure it was mostly my fault, but yeah, like I came home from work one day, and you know it sucked, but you know it is what it is because it wasn't my place. But he had to stay in a crate when I was at work, so I had to open up the crate, and I opened it up, and normally he's so happy to see me, and he's so ready to go outside and pee. You know, he's just been in his crate for 8 hours, you know, 8-9 hours all day. And I opened up the crate, and like he was just whining and looking at me, and I was like, "Come on, let's go outside." And he did get a little excited, but he starts dragging himself out like a fucking walrus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's dragging himself out, and I was like, "What the hell?" And I pick him up, and like his bottom side, you know, like towards the back of him, but you know, underneath him by his crotch, like it was just wet. You know, like he'd just been peeing on himself all day long because he had no control of his bladder.
Aw.
And I just freaked out, you know. So I picked him
Yeah.
up, and immediately, I worked like a 11-hour day, like it was an extra long day that day. But I immediately jumped in a car and drove like an hour to the vet, you know, and then go there, and then they send me an hour, like 45 minutes to like the specialist in some other town,
Nice.
and just waited all day. And then they told me he slipped a disc, and and because I brought him in so soon, like if you bring them in like within like the first 24 or 48 hours of the injury, the surgery has like a much higher chance of it being successful. You know, because like there's no guarantee of Jesus Christ, dude. My phone is about to die. Like it's charging, but it's like
it's not keeping up.
No. Hold on. I feel like something's gonna go flying and I'm gonna get kicked out again.
I love how live this is.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I'll keep an eye on it. No worries.
Yeah, you're good. Well, let's keep going.
What was I saying though? But yeah, because I brought him in and they're like, yeah, he slipped a disc in his back, but you know, that just means like he still has a little bit of feeling. Like he responds a little bit. Like he can't move his legs, but he still is responding to us touching his back legs, which is good, which means that his nerves are still alive back there. So I think they told me it was like a 70% chance of the surgery working. But then after that, it's like, you know, after that 48-hour window, it's like 50-50. It's like, who knows, you know?
Yeah.
And they told me like, to get him surgery, it was $5,500 that had to be paid that day before they go and do the surgery in full. And that was the low estimate. And then the high estimate was like 8,000 or 7,500. I don't know. It ended up being just the low estimate because it worked. But yeah, they're like, if it ends up being the high estimate, like, you know, depending on how complicated the surgery gets, it could be anywhere up to this. But you only have to pay the low to do the surgery, but you'll get billed the remainder. And I was like, and dude, he was 3 at the time. He was 3. He was like a month away from turning 4. So like, and he's, wait, what's the date today? Oh my God, I'm the worst dad.
It's June 26th.
26th?
Yeah.
Biju's going to be 11 in 2 days. June 28th is his birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
He looks good.
So he's 11. Well, he's pretty chubby and he's blind now, but
he's a cute little boy.
But yeah, he's a lover though. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah, he is. Well, yeah, I'm glad that he's doing better. It's been fun getting to know your dogs at Rampant Camp.
Yeah.
Last question from Libby: where are your Senate jorts?
I'm still looking for them. I told her about my jort. They're incredible. They're good ones.
Yeah.
They're really good.
You can't beat a good pair of jorts, man.
They have like a metal plaque on them, like riveted onto the pocket.
What?
So sick.
That's
cool. Find it.
Okay, yeah, I gotta see those.
They're bangers.
Jeff Metz, what's your favorite Chicago skate memory?
Jeff, what up, dude? That's a good question. Honestly, I don't have one, but I would just say I miss when I was younger, just going downtown all the time for Friday night skates. That's so sick. Like when I was in like a very, very good routine of it, you know what I mean? Like I would just, I wasn't driving that. I drove, but we would always, me and my best friend at the time would always take the train there. We'd bring beers. I wasn't 21 or I might have been 21. I was either 20 or 21, but he was 2 or 3 years younger than me. I think he's 20, but like, yeah, he's 18. I was 20. And we're just getting lit on the train, and then we get, we're drinking beers, and then we do a bunch of, it was looking back now, it's stupid that we're drinking and stuff, but I remember I just loved Friday night skates, just cruising around,
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I gotta make it out to Meta's Wednesday night skates, but they look fun.
Up.
The ones here in New York, man, it's epic.
They look wild.
Epic.
Oh, I know. It looks like it, dude. It looks like it.
All right, we got one last chat question. This is from Tay. It's not my job, man.
Hell yeah.
He says, let's say you're in a game of Blade. We kind of touched on this. Opponent has a last letter. What trick of yours do you send to guarantee a letter?
I don't know about guarantee, but what dirty trick am I gonna pull out?
Yeah, what dirty trick?
That's a damn good question. Like, Is it kind of like the whole wall tossing or the wall tossing question where like I'll for sure land it?
Yeah, like what's a
Yeah.
trick you've got in the bag that you would try to use to shut it down? Like they got one
'Cause
letter left.
Has to be in the bag.
I would say either back fast slide or rough Machio. But I was gonna
Rough
say if it was
Machio.
something that I don't have on lock, but I've landed before, that would definitely shut them down. I'd say a rough Christ grind. But I don't have that consistent, so like
That's
never mind.
hard. Holy cow. Oh my goodness.
Kingsley, come here.
Yeah, back fast slides are so ballsy, honestly.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, some people have that, so I don't know if that would guarantee that I.
You're right. Well, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah. Cool. Well,
Yeah, but the percentage of people that do have it is not that high. Dude.
no, not at all. We just we reached the precipice of 3 hours, so I was thinking we could get through
Whoa.
the fast five, and we could round it out.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Okay, Sean, the concept is fluid. But we're supposed to do 5 questions without thinking and you answer them. Don't worry, there's no stress on this. 99% of the people don't stick to it because we love conversations so much, so we just keep talking, you know. So, but if you could try it. Fast 5. Ready? Don't think about it, just shoot. Park, street, or urban?
Street.
Favorite skate of all time?
Skater.
Skate.
Skate.
The OG Rems.
Ooh,
OG
okay.
remedies.
Okay.
We gotta talk about this later about that, but yeah. Favorite trick of all time?
Knuckle.
Look at my
Talking about
fingers
what?
broken because of that skate.
Oh no, I'm talking about the pre-UFS ones. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Never mind.
Favorite trick of all time?
Fast sled.
Nice.
Favorite section ever?
Wall tossed and underestimated.
Yeah, that's my number 2. So that's it. Who has influenced you the most in skate?
Probably Dustin Latimer.
Ah, I knew that one. Yeah, Latimer for sure. Dude,
All
that
right.
was awesome. Like
This
this
is
is
the most successful fast slide,
yeah.
right?
Of like all the streams, I feel like the conversation we've had today has delved really, really deep and continuously, and you still somehow completely nailed those questions faster than everybody. That was awesome.
100%.
Except for the one where I'm deaf. I'm like, skater. Why'd you say? Wow.
Everybody
Oh,
asks that though. It's just one of those things. You can hear both the words. It's just one
But
letter.
let's be
Gotcha.
real. I have an accent. It's
Yeah,
okay.
and
That wasn't it. I just wasn't listening.
all right, man. Well, this has been a fun 3 hours. Like it's not often that you just get to sit down and vibe with people, and I really appreciate having you on, Sean. It's always a pleasure.
For sure. Sorry to everyone that was here early, and I was picking myself up off the floor.
Literally.
Thank you for the combo, man. Thank you for everything that you do.
Yeah,
And
dude.
I just keep doing, please, because at least me, from where I'm standing, I'm loving it.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for what you guys do. You know, and keep doing what you're building. You know, brick by
Thank
brick, baby.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you
Well,
so much.
if anybody wants to support Sean here in Feet and Four Wheels, please go to the pinned comment. There's going to be the Instagram, the website. Go and buy some merch. Keep an eye out for future drops. Go and support the skaters. He's got a lot of great skaters on the team, all of them incredible people. But again, my man Sean here has been in the game for a long time. And like... He's really never asked for anything but for you guys to support blading, so let's keep doing that, and let's keep helping each other, loving each other, and Sean, thank you for being a
Thanks, man.
major supporter of myself, of of Ben, of like anybody that touches blading. You've been if anything, an incredible encouragement, and then you always try to find a way to go to beyond, and so I love that, dude. I love you very much. I'm super
Thanks, dude.
happy to
Appreciate it,
have
man.
met you and spent time with you today, so anything you want to leave the people with?
Have a good sesh.
Have a good sesh. Have a good sesh. Yeah, hold on. Have a good sesh.
Did you guys call each other before this?
Nope, but
No.
we just happen to have the same shirts.
Yeah.
What can you do?
We just,
But
we
yeah,
just
for anyone
you
who's
know, we're just
wondering-
in sync.
new drop is coming. It's probably going to be a pre-order because I was trying so hard not to do a pre-order because I hate pre-orders.
Yeah,
but
I feel you.
it's probably gonna be the best way to approach it. Just because putting up a bunch of money for something you don't know is gonna sell, and then you sit on and then you'll sell out of one size, and then everyone's asking you to like reprint just that size, and it's like, so I'm probably gonna, for the next drop, it's probably just gonna be just pre-order, and there might be some extra that might get printed, but it might go to shops or something like that. I don't know. It's still kind of up in the air right now. I'm figuring things out, but it's coming.
Yeah, dude. We'll make it work.
And Spook's
I want to
fundraiser
throw
hoodie.
these there while we're here before it's out, because Spook and I came up with a weird, crazy idea, but I thought it was really cool. I think it would be nice to have some good sesh movement collab glasses.
Oh, I would love to collab with those guys, dude. I fucking love Phil. Phil's such a fucking
100%.
Yeah, dude. Let's make that happen.
Not that the rest of the team's sick too, man. Joe's the homie, local homie.
Yep.
Sam DeLangelis, man, I fucking love what he's been doing.
Me too.
Cody, I barely know Cody at all, but he's so sick, So
yeah, dude.
So sick. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna sign out then. Thanks for being here, everybody. We will catch you in the next one. Again, please go and support Sean on all the facets that you
that's
can.
Instagram. I thought I was gonna get fireworks and stuff. Oh wait, it is this.
It's working for Meta.
Do I have to hump it like you're doing?
I think it's because he's on the iPhone.
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Are my hands weird?
Yeah, your
Am I
hands.
doing-
Your heart's shaped
You're
really
Android,
weird.
bro.
Yeah, you're Android.
I serve the system.
Oh yeah, meant to do this. It'll do like lasers.
Yeah, like yellow, green.
It's not working.
No, it's not
We're
doing
trying.
it.
We're trying. We're trying. Anyway, let's do this.
Hey.
Now. Hey, there it is. Sick.
Fuck this phone. This is bullshit. Now I'm not
hate
even
it
mad
here.
that it fell
Love you.
over.
I hate it.
Thank you
I
so
love
much.
you guys. I'll see you guys later. Later, bladers.